Good afternoon and welcome to College Football on the ISC Sports Network. I'm Scott McCauley along with Zach Graves, and today Zach and I are in Ann Arbor, Michigan, in the campus at Concordia University. We have a top 10 matchup today.
We do. It's a big one.
This is a big one. When you look at the calendar and you look at the schedule, you look for certain games and certain teams. Concordia is one of those that you circle now. They come in ranked undefeated, 10th in the country. Marian undefeated, ranked number 5, and Teddy Karras Jr. squad has an opportunity today on the road to really solidify a great spot when it comes to postseason play and even a Mid-States East title. But all begins on the road in a stadium where historically Marian has struggled. This Concordia program is very good at home.
Very good, and honestly, this top 10 matchup is super exciting. You look at the tail of tape on paper, these teams are razor close in almost every single category, but the advantage of being at home could very much come into play today, especially with the weather being a factor as well. Concordia, going into this, seems like they have a little bit of an edge.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the numbers. Both teams are 5-0, 2-0 in league play. They are averaging nearly the same amount of points per game in 39. Total offense is nearly the same in almost 2,200 yards through 5 games. And even the defensive points are very close. The edge on defense might go to Marian. They're second in the country, allowing less than 12 points per game. And last week, look, I get it. It was an inferior opponent against Madonna, but they tied a school record with 9 sacks. And the last 2 games, it looks like the defense, especially on the line, starting to find some momentum and get after the quarterback.
Yeah, absolutely. We were calling for it there early in the season. It seems like they just weren't getting after the quarterback, and they really got after it last week with those 3 consecutive sacks to go with the 9 in the game. So yeah, that could definitely. You can feel the defensive line really just has gotten more rhythm now.
Yeah, and as we sit here today, weather could be a factor. Right now it's 49 degrees. We are in Ann Arbor. To give you an idea where we are, we're about 3.5 miles away from the Big House, Michigan Stadium, where IU and the Wolverines are playing, so traffic was a little crazy around the area. But that's where we are in Michigan, Ann Arbor, 49 degrees. They're expecting rain throughout the day, but it's not as bad as we thought.
No, not as bad.
You've got the
chilly,
wind right
but
now.
it's October, so
15-mile-an-hour winds out of the north. Marian is going to be set to receive. What's a big key for you today in this game?
Well, we were talking about it. The big thing is in a game like this, in a rivalry game and a top 10 matchup, it's always turnovers, right? I mean, that's the biggest thing. Take care of the football. Don't give the other team – don't give the game away, like something like that. We talk about that all the time.
All right, Zach and I will be back on camera here throughout the first half, definitely at halftime. But for now, we're going to bring you the radio call of today's big game. Number 5, Marian, at number 10, Concordia. Concordia is set to kick off. They're kicking off from left to right as you listen to this game, and it's going to be taken at the 3-yard line by Mr. Electric, Jalen Jennings. He slices past the 20 and is able to get to about the 25-yard line, and he's slow to get up.
Yeah.
He's helped up to his feet, and the offense led by Zach Bundelow will be on the field starting at the 24-yard line.
I was thinking a little more about a big key in this game. We mentioned turnovers. I also think just the physicality of a conference matchup, top 10 matchup, all those things. Like, I think it could be a very physical game today, and who is more physical could end up coming out the victor.
Yeah, the 5th-year senior starting quarterback, Zach Bundelow, 23-5 as a starter. His offensive line, average height, 6'4", average weight, 278. Austin Jones at left tackle. Reshawn Wells at left guard. Connor Young is the center. Quade Pope the right guard, and Zach Sibylle is the right tackle. On the wide receivers, C.J. Young will be split out to the left.
Last week, Scott.
Jake Reichert will be out to the right, and it will be William Gibson as the running back with the tight end. It looks like they've got Byerly out there and Nick Miller, so 2 tight ends. We've got a timeout right now on the field, and Jalen Jennings is being checked out by the trainer, John Locke, over on the sideline. He took a shot on that opening kickoff return.
Yeah, he did. And, yeah, usually they do go a lot of tight end sets this year. We've seen that's a little bit of an adjustment from Coach Code coming into this season as he took over play calling duties. But, yeah, their base set is that 3 wide receiver set, so hopefully Jalen is fine after that play.
There are a lot of injuries on the Concordia defensive side of the ball. They are missing a star linebacker, number 41, Chase Maynard. Also another linebacker, number 36, Liam Carey. A game-time decision. He is not out there right now on this starting defensive set for Concordia. And
This is
again, a
an
long
odd-
delay to start the game.
Yeah, very odd delay here. I'm not sure what's going on.
Marian is wearing their road whites, so they have the white jerseys, white pants,
Sharp.
navy blue numbers trimmed in gold,
They
and
look
the
sharp.
navy blue helmets.
Yeah.
Concordia, all red jerseys,
Were you surprised
all red pants, and the black helmets.
they didn't go all black, or you like the all red?
I'm comfortable with I've seen that all red here before, but you're
That's
right.
true, that's
They
true.
could have gone the all black. Now, our lead referee, Bradley Mutnick, says, okay, start the play clock, let's go. And the fifth-year senior leading the fifth-ranked Marian Knights will be under center. Zach Bundelow barks out the sign, turns, play action to his running back, plants,
Nice.
flows, wide open, and C.J. Young dropped the ball. There wasn't a red uniform within 5 yards of number 13. He dropped it at his own 40-yard line.
Yeah, perfectly executed comeback route. He was able to leave the cornerback in his dust, but as the ball comes to him, he started to look up the field and did not secure that catch. That's Comisker he's going against.
Yeah, and now as C.J. Young takes his spot on the left side of the lineup as a wide receiver, he is still looking at the palm of his gloves and wiping them off. Second down and 10, handed off to William Gibson. He'll try and sweep along the right side. He's tackled on the right hash mark. He'll get across the 25 to the 26-yard line.
So nice little run on second down, set up third, and kind of long, about 8. But that first one on that drop, we're kind of talking about that weather already. The first play from scrimmage, you have a drop. That could be you see a lot of guys when it's raining will take the gloves off, but most of these guys are still wearing theirs.
And that ball in that last play was run towards number 7, Marvitas Dupree, an outstanding defensive end, number 7, the star on that line. David Cagle is also another good defensive end, number 16. The entire line is standing up and will get a motion penalty
Gotta jump.
on third down and 8 for Marian.
Yeah, that Dupree, he really sticks out on film and even on the field here from the booth. I mean, he just stands out. He's just a very physical presence.
He's a junior from Chesterfield, Michigan. Gene Richmond and DeMonte Bean also on that defensive line. The linebackers, Toddy Roush, he's a good one, is Casey Roush, the middle linebacker, number 10.
Very good.
And then that's all they're running right now with the 2 linebackers and going with the nickel secondary. You've got Kelly Matthews and Leroy Watson at the corners, Gabe Whitmer and Colby Komesher. He is the safety. Third and 13 after the penalty. Bundelow is going to be wrapped and spun down at the 20-yard line. He did not have a lot of time.
Nope.
The ends got to him, forced him to step up in the middle of the defensive line, cleans it up. So it's a 3 and out for the Marian Knights.
So obviously not an ideal start, but it's borderline sloppy. You have the drop on first down and then a pre-snap penalty, so it's now 3rd and 2 long. Got to drop back deep. The sticks are covered by the defenders, and there's nowhere to go with Bundelow. And then you got that pressure from the defensive line. Concordia is ready to go here. They are coming out firing already. I know it's one series, but they look good.
Off the side of the foot for Mason Miller, a sidewinding punt that will bounce at the 50, picked up by Sigurd DeGainer at the 40-yard line, a tremendous return man in both the punt game and the kickoff return, and he carries that punt across the 50, and this Concordia offense, which now gets the jump start by the 3 and out, they will start on the Marian side of the 50-yard line at the 48.
Yeah, ideal starting position in opponent's territory here. First drive. Let's see what they bring out here on the first couple plays here. If they try to go for a big strike, start out and spread.
Marian has that defensive front, second in NAIA, allowing only 11.6 points per game. They've given up just 20 first quarter points in 5 games. Here will be the handoff, a little RPO, and then the wide receiver planted by Clay Campbell. It was stuck in the belly of the running back. Then they tried to hit Bailey Brooks, and as soon as the ball hit his hands, Campbell's helmet hit the chest and dropped him on the turf.
Yeah, his timing is really good. I mean, we looked at looking at his tackles. He's got like around only 10 tackles this year because he makes so many contact and like breaks up the pass, as you saw in that one.
That's a strong play by the safety, Clay Campbell. Nate Fry is his counterpart at safety. Dwight Lewis and Danny Lewis, no relation, are the cornerbacks. The tight end makes the catch at the 41-yard line and then is tackled at the 40. It will bring up 3rd down and 2 as the catch was made right in front of the sideline, and that's by Harmon DeVries, just his 5th catch on the season.
Yeah, nice quick one there to get them with short and manageable. Well aware of staying on schedule. Like Marian, you saw they had the penalty that got them behind the sticks, 3rd and 13. You definitely want to be in this 3rd and shorter, especially with how much they've struggled the last couple weeks on 3rd down, Concordia.
And now Marian flips defensive ends. Dion Pettiford goes from the left to the right. Tyler Bucher goes to the opposite side. They'll give it to the running back. He'll be hit at the line of scrimmage and drop short. He did not move the ball 1 yard, and now here's 4th and 2 on the Marian 40, a decision time for their 7th-year head coach, Josh Schumacher.
Really nice job by the Marian front 7. Those linebackers are cheating up. The good push from the defensive line, just nowhere to go for Stewart.
Here we go, 4th down and 2. 3 of 9 thus far as an offense, Concordia on 4th down this season. Marian's allowing conversion on 50%. Flea flicker, back to the quarterback, throws a laser down the side, incomplete. Great coverage downfield. The defense was not fooled at all as it went to the running back, who flipped it to a slot to give off the look of a reverse, who then underhand tossed it back to the quarterback, blanketed coverage down the field, and both defenses hold on their first showing.
A double reverse flea flicker, a little early, and also on 4th down, a little odd. I like trying to throw Marian off course, but they've shown that play on film before. Nate Fry was all over it, smothering the intended receiver there to turn it over on downs. Really, really good play from Nate Fry.
11:30 to play in the opening quarter. Both offenses have been stopped on their first touch. Marian hands the ball off to William Gibson. He runs through a tackle attempt. Hitting him for the first time coming through was number 5, and that's the defensive tackle, DeMonte Bean, but he couldn't wrap up big old Gibson, number 26, who carries it out to the 43, a tough gain of 2.
Really loving the energy of this game so far. Even though we're a few possessions in, you can just really feel it. These guys want this so bad, and it's going to be a physical knockout game today, and I am super excited.
2nd down and 8. Bundalo takes the shotgun snap, drops back, dumps underneath. This time C.J. Young holds on to the catch. He'll be 3 yards shy of the first down sticks, so it'll bring up 3rd down and 3 from the 48-yard line.
Yeah, nice little spot route over the middle for C.J. Young. Bundalo finds him, and now they have the where you want to be, those 3rd and shorts, not those 3rd and 13s.
All right, now 3rd down might be a big key today.
It is.
It has been a sore spot for the Marian offense here as of late. In their last 3 games, converting just 30% on
Another
3rd down. You're right, penalty.
Right guard started moving back too early.
That's Pope. That's the voice of our referee, Bradley Mutnick. So Marian, as I mentioned, just 30% on 3rd down the last 3 games. That's a problem. And then you have this penalty on the other side.
Scott.
Concordia's defense is eating opponents alive, allowing just 2 out of 22 conversions on 3rd down their last 2 Saturdays.
I mean, we've talked about it all year. The penalties have just been too many, and already on 3rd, especially on 3rd down, those pre-snaps on 3rd down, set you back, not good.
Marian averages 10 penalties a game. They have 2 already. Bundalo on 3rd and 8. He's flushed out to the right. He wants to throw it. Now he'll tuck it, and he'll slide out of bounds. Let's see if there's the late hit flag, and there is. And it's a great call.
It was.
He was trying to make his decision late. He goes out of bounds 3 yards short of the first down. He went out and then was hit well on that white side, and a mistake by Concordia gives Marian the first down.
The gravity of the mistake is even worse considering where he was going out of bounds. 5 yards short of the marker on 3rd down. Really bad penalty there from Concordia.
Personal foul, late hit out of bounds. Defense, number 5.
Especially on the quarterback. They're going to call that every time.
That's on DeMonte Bean, the senior defensive tackle. And so, yeah, it would have been a situation where Marian likely punts and tries to pin Concordia deep because Bundalo goes out of bounds 3 yards shy of the sticks. He had no one to throw to, forcing him to run out. But the late hit now makes it 1st down and 10, all the way down to the 38-yard line. Bundalo sends 3 wide receivers out to his left. The senior has William Gibson, the running back, behind him. He now moves him to his left hip. Snap, play action, gets rid of it right as he's hit on the right hip, and the ball was off target, intended for number 14, Jalen Jennings, on the left side.
happened really fast, too. With the ball fake, they were able to get that defensive lineman to Bundalo really fast. I think it was Dupree. And with that contact, Bundalo just didn't have enough time. With the ball fake, everything slowed down a little bit, but the timing, everything was off.
Head coach Josh Schumacher has completely changed the identity and the perception of this Concordia program in his 7th season, reaching the playoffs 5 times in his previous 6 seasons. Bundalo drops back. Now he'll step up, and he's hit as he throws. Ball ends up in the turf. He was trying to dump it off 5 yards in front of him to his running back Gibson, but big time pressure from the front 4 of the Cardinals.
Marian has attempted 4 passes. Every single one of them, Bundalo is getting hit. That's not a great sign early on.
3rd down and 10. Line of scrimmage is the 38, and it's only there because Marian was given the first down on the 15-yard personal foul late hit on the quarterback out of bounds. So here's a 3rd down and 10. Jennings is the slot left, Young the wide receiver left, Reichert the wide receiver to the right. Single running back is Gibson. Drops back. Gibson stays in the block. Throw it on that's going to be caught by Reichert.
Wow.
It went through the hands of quarterback Leroy Watson.
He is short.
Reichert caught it right at the sticks, about 2 feet short on the far sideline.
Great catch, though.
It will be 4th down, but now it's less than a yard.
Defender was right there, and he used his hands to catch that ball really well. No gloves. Took them off. CJ lost his gloves as well.
Good call out. C.J. Young, who dropped the first pass of the game, had white gloves, now bare hands. 4th and 1, Bundalo in that quarterback sneak.
Another
and
jump,
another
Scott.
flinch. Now Concordia flinched first in the middle, and then the right side of the Marian line flinched.
But if they didn't come across the line of scrimmage, then it doesn't matter.
They're going to call it on Concordia.
Okay.
96. It's a 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
I think both of these teams right now have a ton of emotion.
That's a freshman, too. Yeah, no, I absolutely
There's a
agree.
ton of energy in the stands.
100%. This is from the jump, from the very first kickoff, you could feel it immediately.
That is the 2nd first down on this drive. Both of them awarded to the Knights thanks to Concordia penalties. That's an offsides on the defensive line on 4th and less than 1.
True freshman, too. That's a tough penalty.
Line of scrimmage now, there's the 24-yard line. Marian with the football, no score. Gibson runs through an arm tackle and then runs over a defender, pushes the pile out to the 20-yard line. That's a tough 4 yards on the left side.
It is, because Dupree came free. They were blocking left. No one touched the backside defensive end, but he's so good. He was able to get there really quickly. Fortunate for the Knights and Gibson that they were still able to get that many yards.
Yeah. Dupree, number 7, the defensive end for Concordia, 3-year starter, 6'1", 240 pounds. He has been involved in just about every pressure thus far.
Him and Cagle both are really, really good players.
Yeah, and they both line up wide on that line of scrimmage. Byerly, the tight end, will move from the left side of the line in motion to the right. Play action, Bundalo rolls left, and he's hit and dropped.
There's Cagle.
He rolled right into the sack.
These ends are as advertised, ladies and gentlemen. They are busy early on.
Bundalo has to adjust his shoulder pad. It was an RPO. He faked it to Gibson, who ran off the right side. As Bundalo then rolled out to his left, he looked up, and a red jersey with a white 16 hit him square up in the chest and dropped him.
Hands down, the best front 7 that Marian has faced this season. No question about it.
So on the sack now, the loss of 5 brings up 3rd down and 11. Bundalo all alone in the backfield, takes the snap, pressure, rolls out, and he just ducked. He just fell. They were on his back. He couldn't get his arm up to throw. He just fell, and 2 red jerseys were all over him.
Back-to-back sacks for Cagle.
And that time, Bundalo felt the pressure and decided just to go down.
So much pressure early on, Scott. They got to clean that up. I mean, it's not like they're bringing a ton of blitzers or anything. They're just getting after the offensive line right now.
Well, that was 1st down and 10 at the 24.
2 sacks. 4 tackles, 2 sacks, and a quarterback hit for Cagle already. Marian has attempted 6 passes. He is just living in the backfield right now.
So now Marian has brought out the offense on 4th and 19 from the 33. Play clock, I don't see, is it 0? They'll snap it. 4th and 19. Bundalo going deep.
Wow.
Young has the catch at the 10-yard line.
What a play.
It surprises everybody. Marian snapped the ball with 1 second on the play clock. I thought they should have called a timeout, get reorged. Instead, CJ Young runs a go route on the left side, stops, maybe a little nudge on the DB. Ball is thrown perfectly. A huge conversion on 4th and 19. They move the line of scrimmage from the 33 down to the 8, and it stuns this Concordia sideline.
Gigantic play. What a throw from Bundalo, and what a catch and adjustment from CJ Young.
Gibson is the running back. He'll take it. He'll run right side, and he'll run into a pile. Cagle stops the initial movement, and then Dupree ends up jumping on the back and tackling him, a gain of 1.
I'm laughing because we talked to offensive line coach Dan Smith last night before dinner, and he would emphasize these ends are really good. And then you come out here, and they're everywhere, Scott. I mean, they are everywhere.
He mentioned they've got to do good on sealing the ends.
Absolutely.
We've got to be able to stretch and get outside.
I mean, they're all over the ball carrier there. Wherever the ball is, it's either 16 or 7 is near.
2nd down, goal to go from the 7. Gibson finds a crease on the right side, lunges for the goal line. What a drive!
What
and
a drive.
Touchdown for Marian.
What a drive is right. What a 4th down conversion. And just he's staying with it, right? I mean, that is just an inside zone play. The interior offensive line creates a seam for Gibson, and he gets into the end zone. How do you neutralize those ends? Run up the middle.
William Gibson, his 5th touchdown of the season, and Marian scores first in this top 10 matchup. Marlon Pomeli on for the extra point. And the operation, that's what they're saying nowadays, looks good, and the kick is good. What a drive by Marian. Helped out on 2 penalties to give them a 1st down, and then they come out late offensively on 4th and 19, snap the ball as it goes from 1 to 0 on the play clock, and convert to CJ Young. 2 plays later, they're into the end zone. What a drive, a disjointed drive, but what a job for it to end up in 7 points.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the thing that was frustrating there at the beginning of the drive is how often, those penalties, and they kept moving themselves back on 3rd down. But the grit to continue forward and make plays and get all the way down there, that 4th down conversion is, we could look back at the end of the game, and clearly it could end up being the play of the game. We'll see as it goes on. But, for Bundalo to hang in there with all that pressure and deliver that pass on 4th down, that's tough right there.
12 plays, 60 yards, a drive that started because the defense held on 4th and 2 for Concordia. 6 minutes and 40 seconds come off the clock. And Marian strikes first in this top 10 matchup. Marian has been an excellent team at starting quick. They had scored on their opening drive in 3 out of 5 games. This afternoon, in these cool, wet temperatures in Ann Arbor, they do it on the 2nd drive of the game. They lead on the road 7-0. Pomeli is set to kick this ball away to the very dangerous Sigurd DeGainer, who has 5 career kickoff return touchdowns. Short pooch.
Smart.
Fair catch called for at the 30-yard line. You talk to the special teams coach, Coach Tutsi. Are you going to kick the ball to number 20? No. You talk to the head coach, Teddy Karras Jr. Tell me about number 20. He's not going to touch the ball.
He's not.
It's just a simple game here where you do not want him touching the football. Such a dangerous return man.
Yeah, you rather sacrifice 10 to 15 yards, which is a 1st down, on a sky kick or a squib kick in order to guarantee that he doesn't touch the ball.
So the line of scrimmage now is the 29-yard line. Concordia comes out trailing 7-zip. They'll hand it off to their running back, and a good run up the middle until Clay Campbell decleats him, but not before he'll pick up 6 yards right down the gut for Brandon Stewart.
My goodness, Clay Campbell, that was a collision. He decleated him exactly. That was very well done.
And the safety,
6'4", 225.
from Jimtown, Indiana, was coming downhill, hit him with the shoulder, chest high, and planted him. 2nd down and 4. Tight end goes in motion to the left side. Snap, handoff, another run by number 6. Stood up, and he won't go anywhere. Jake Paris, and also there Alex Griffin stood him up and twisted him back for just a gain of 2.
It seemed like he had some space to the outside, but just wasn't able to bounce it. He tried, but the blocker got in the way, and then Marian was able to rally.
3rd down And they say 1. It's more like a long 1.5 to 2 yards. And this looks like the brotherly shove. They've got 2 men back there. Instead, they'll pitch it to the running back, and Nate Fry comes up, tackles him right at where the sticks are.
They're going to give it to him.
But they're going to say it's going to be a first-round. Wide receiver Bailey Brooks lined up. They had the running backs on the sides of the quarterback to give you the illusion it would be a quarterback sneak push.
And the awareness of Nate Fry, he's such a good football player. The instincts are insane. He really plays like a linebacker as a safety, and for him to adjust to that quickly and even give them a chance and be that close is all Nate Fry.
First down conversion, first down and 10 at the 39-yard line. Gavin Brooks, the starting quarterback, hands it off, and another run, a tough run of just 2 yards for Brandon Stewart.
Marian's doing a good job of closing the gaps. It's not like Concordia is doing a bad job blocking up front. There are run gaps to run through, but the linebackers and the safeties are filling them so quickly that they're only getting 2-3 yards a pop, which is where you want to be.
Concordia's offensive line averages 6'2", 281 pounds. Joseph Pritchnick is the left tackle. Will Dowling, the left guard. Colin Bryce is the center. Devin Reuter, the right guard. Jake Gazinski, sounds like he was born to be a right tackle. They're going to throw this in the flat. Here's DeGainer with lots of room. He has a first down, caught it at the line of scrimmage. Afterwards, he ran 12 yards out of bounds on the sideline, and it will move the football into Marian territory to the 48.
Concordia, a lot of motion, a lot of pre-snap movement that can throw off a defense. And that time, when they moved DeGainer over there, it became a numbers game. They had more red jerseys than white jerseys, and it resulted in a really nice gain and a first down.
DeGainer over 1,800 yards receiving in his Concordia career. 6'2", a senior from Grand Blanc, Michigan. He is in motion now. They move him in a jet sweep type. They give it off to the running back, and who then the quarterback keeps it. Boy, all kinds of different motions.
I'm not going to lie. I was looking at the wrong guy.
So the jet sweep motion happens with DeGainer. Then it was the fake handoff to the running back through, and then Gavin Brooks tried to sweep to the left side, and he lost 2 yards. Well, I'm glad someone on the defense knew their responsibilities and didn't fall prey to the ball fake.
But it's a lot of movement, a lot of fakes. I already saw a double reverse. Like Concordia will do whatever they got to do to get their playmakers the ball.
4 wide receivers out, 3 to the right, 1 running back. Quarterback Brooks. Play action now. He'll sling this into the air, and Marian was so close to the pick. Instead, it finds the belly right between the 2 and 0 of DeGainer. And they had Underwood and Danny Lewis sandwich the wide receiver.
And Brooks got crushed by Apata from the backside. I mean, this is such a physical game. It is. I love this. This is football, baby.
Top 10 matchup here on the Mid-States, Mid-East side. This goes a long way towards who wins the league.
Absolutely.
And who could even potentially host a playoff game. The loser of this game will have to fight their way to get an at-large bid. Brooks takes the snap, rolls out, pressure, slings it down the middle field, intercepted. Cuevas was there. He was the only man in the ballpark. There was no one within 4 yards of the intended man, and Cuevas picks it off, his 3rd interception of the year.
So it started with some pressure up the gut. James Ralph was able to break free, put that pressure on Gavin Brooks, had to get rid of it, and it's a play that's deeper down the field. So he didn't really wasn't able to set his feet, didn't really know where the ball was going, just kind of flung it up there, and Cuevas takes advantage.
Well, one of the keys we knew would be turnovers. The first one goes to Marian. However, look at it this way. 2 times that Concordia's touched the ball, stopped on 4th and short, and then the INT. Here comes the Marian offense with just 26 seconds on the first quarter clock. Handed off to Keegan LaBelle, and he's in space. He runs through an arm tackle, carries it all the way out to the 45-yard line, a gain of 25 yards.
No one gets to the edge faster than Keegan LaBelle. Every time they run outside zone, he gets to the edge so quickly, and then before you know it, he's firing down the sideline with no defenders in sight. He is so good at outside zone.
And number 27 with the big run takes us to the end of the first quarter. We've got a great one here this afternoon on the ISC Sports Network.
Yes, we do.
After the first 15 minutes, number 5 Marian, 7. Number 10 Concordia, nothing. Marian now driving as we start the second quarter on the ISC Sports Network.
Meet Chip. He turned a big idea into a big company. At Indiana Members Credit Union, we're helping Chip and his family grow their business. We'll help you, too, with financing to expand your venture. Because at IMCU, meet Zach. Day and night, rain or shine, even just out for a spin, Zach gets around. But we know Zach, and at Indiana Members Credit Union, we know he's been saving up to trade up. IMCU is here to help Zach and you drive your dream. Lock in your rate with pre-approval. It's fast, free, and makes buying the car of your dreams easier. Today, it's all about Zach. Tomorrow, it's all about you. Because at IMCU, it's you that matters.
Welcome back to Ann Arbor, Michigan, on the campus at Concordia University. Marian with the 7-0 lead on the road after one quarter. First down and 10 at the 44-yard line into Cardinals territory thanks to the 26-yard run by Keegan LaBelle. LaBelle gets it again, works the right side, and this time he's going to be grabbed and knocked down by Gene Richmond. The defensive tackle slowed his progress. He'll lose a yard.
So the difference of getting an end reached and not getting him reached, you saw in the last two outside zone plays. First time, everyone hat on a hat, defensive end is reach block, so you get your head over to the other side. This time, everyone was able to flow down the line and stop that run.
So it'll be 2nd down and 11. Marian leading on a rushing touchdown of 7 yards by William Gibson. Third straight carry by LaBelle. This time he spins free of a tackle. How did he get out of that? He should have been at a loss. He should have been down at the 42. He is spun free and slings forward for 7 more yards.
He's special. I mean, he really is. You think that because of his size that you can just sling him down, but no, you have to tackle him, and no one tackles him. They don't wrap up, and he is so shifty. He's so good at bouncing off of tackles. I mean, that's just a special run right there.
What should have been a 2-yard gain is a 14-yard chain-moving run to the left side by number 27. He is a sophomore from Mount Vernon. Marian already leading by a touchdown. 2 wide receivers left, 1 to the right. LaBelle, 4th straight touch, breaks free, 25-20, scoots to the 15, 10-foot race, 5, end zone, touchdown, Keegan LaBelle. Young man, touch it on every play and finish it off.
I'm speechless. That was such a good run. It's an inside tackle run. He's going right off the guard. And it looked like 3 different red jerseys had him near the line of scrimmage. He just burst right by those guys. Then the secondary tries to bring him down. Stiff arm, reaches the ball out to get it inside the pylon. This kid is just so good.
He hit the hole so quick.
So quick.
Then a hip shift at the 25. That shift then moved him all the way into the clear. Sprint to the right pylon, and the kick is good. And just like that, Marian leads it 14-0. All right, young man, have a drive, would you? He covers all 70 yards in 4 plays. Keegan LaBelle, Marian's 2nd rushing touchdown, and that is a different look when LaBelle's back there in the backfield.
As a casual fan, you may look at this team, you may think, oh, why is that transfer from D1 Colorado State not playing? C27 Keegan LaBelle. Unbelievable what this kid can do with the football.
Well, and a really great job that time of being able to get him room to hit the hole.
Yes.
He was able to get 2 yards down, whereas before, Marian was really in a pass-heavy situation.
Correct.
And that defensive line was going. Great adjustment on that drive by offensive coordinator B.J. Code. And Marian on the road now has surprised the Cardinals. They lead 14-0. Now the big key here, special teams. DeGainer is back deep. He stands at his 20, knowing it's going to be a short kick from Marlon Pomili. Pomili will kick this from left to right in his all-white uni and navy blue helmet, and he will kick it away, but they'll kick it to his teammate number 3. He'll take it at the 4. He'll get outside at the 20, cut back in at the 25 and brought down to the 26. So Gabe Whitmore, a little different experience than DeGaynor.
Yeah, and if you've been listening to this season, you know that Marian has given up a couple kick return touchdowns. So the reason why we emphasize DeGaynor and his 5 career kickoff return touchdowns is because you just can't, in a top 10 matchup, give up a special teams touchdown like that.
Now let's see what quarterback Gavin Brooks can do. Brooks, a junior from nearby Livonia, Michigan, did not play in the game last year. He only appeared in 4 games last year due to injury. Takes the snap, pulls it out of the belly of his running back. Long throw out into the flat. One-on-one play, and Cuevas will make the tackle out in space as Parker Graham makes, I'm sorry, that was not Parker Graham. That was number 3, Keon Singletary makes the catch, and he picks up a couple yards to the 30.
Running back swing route, but the ball didn't get there quick enough, kind of floated up there, gave a lot of time for Cuevas to come down and make that tackle, but credit to him. That's a very tough tackle in space, and Cuevas soloed it.
And this will be the first time that Concordia now will go into the 15-mile-an-hour wind. 49 degrees at kick here at Ann Arbor, Michigan. Marian leading 14-0. Under 13 minutes to play in the second quarter. A running back screen. They get it underneath. All kinds of room to run out to the 40, 45, 50, lower in the shoulder, and then able to get out of bounds is James Carpenter. A great play with everything flowing left. A running back screen to the right, and a big play.
It was great design and really nice job by Carpenter. The patience to wait for his big guy Dowling, sets up that block, gets an extra 5 towards the end, and they're in Marian territory.
24 yards on the running back screen. Again, a pass. This time they'll go deep down the far sideline.
Oh,
and a 100 grab, but
goodness.
He's out of bounds. A one-handed grab. DeVries was over top of cornerback Dwight Lewis, but he landed out of bounds.
Incredible, because you can't have better coverage if you're Dwight Lewis. He was exactly where he needed to be, played that sideline so well, and that's what gave him the edge, because he pushed him too far and he couldn't get his feet down. But the catch, oh my.
It was at the 20-yard line when all this happened, but it's incomplete. Second down and 10. Concordia breaks the huddle. 2 wide receivers left, a single wide receiver right. 1 running back next to the quarterback. He'll get the ball, and he'll be hit right at the point of attack. Bucher, one of the first men to hit him, the defensive end. And it will be a gain across the 45 down to the 44. They'll give him 3 yards on that play.
You mentioned in the beginning the energy and the jitteriness. You can already tell now these guys are slowing their breathing, calming down a little bit, especially on Concordia's side. They don't have a choice. They came out so juiced up, and Marian was able to score 2 touchdowns, so they got to kind of regroup in a little bit, slow down a little bit, and try to continue this drive. Third and long.
Your guy, Dakari Kenny, is out there right now at left defensive end. 3rd and 8, snap. Brooks will roll out. He's got a chance to run for the sticks, and he'll jump out of bounds.
He gave up.
Nate Fry was coming up, and he decides to take a business decision. Jet out of bounds 2 yards short, but they will go for it.
They will go for it, so it is the right decision. But he could have put a juke on him and tried to give a little more effort, but he just was like, no, I'm out of bounds.
So they need the 36. The line of scrimmage is the 37. And they are going to bring a house of a man in off the bench, number 78, Dylan McDonald.
A house.
It looks like there's about 7 inches between the 7 and the 8 on the back of his jersey.
6'6", 365.
He is on the left side of the line, the extra lineman. They'll hand it. They'll run to that side.
He missed his
He
block.
won't get it.
He missed his block. He did not touch a soul.
Joe Owens comes around, makes that play. Wow.
Size versus speed, advantage speed. Joe Owens just dipped right under that big fella and makes the play.
So when you come in and you're that large, everyone sees you.
Hey, absolutely.
You got to make the play.
You got to block somebody, big fella.
Another turnover on downs. 0 for 2 on 4th down now. 3 times they've touched the ball. They failed twice on 4th and an INT.
And that's the difference. Marian has scored, and they're up 14-0.
So Marian leading by 2 touchdowns, 10 minutes, 35 seconds to play in the second quarter. They have the ball at the 37-yard line. Zach Bundelow gives it off to William Gibson. Cruises across the left side, running behind his guard and tackle and he'll pick up a couple of yards, give him 4 out to the 40. It's going to be a little more than that. They're going to move him out to the 43-yard line, so a gain of 6.
Getting close to strike territory as they near midfield. If they can pick up a first on the ground here, possibly set up a deep shot on play action.
T-Ray Spence, C.J. Young, wide receivers split out far to the right. The offense moving from left to right as you visualize the game. Hand it off to the tight end, Byerly, and he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. And it looked like almost like a halfback lead. He had a blocking back in front of him on the sweep, and the tight end doesn't get there.
Yeah, for the old Knights fans, you remember 2012, Nate Jones and Tevin Lake lining up in the backfield. Kind of looked like that. The split backs, Byerly on one side, Gibson on the other, trying to throw off the defense a little bit by a straight handoff to the tight end, but Concordia was not fooled.
A running play in slow motion loses a yard. 3rd and 6. Spence in motion, loads up wide receivers, 3 on the left side. Bundalo rolls out that way, and it was an off-balance throw.
Didn't like it.
He just simply sails it over his intended receiver, and it will be a 3 and out for Marian after the 4th down stop.
Trying to get Spence in motion, kind of like what we've seen Concordia do with Parker, trying to get him open on a flat route, but he was covered. Bundalo made the right decision to sail it and just get rid of the ball, essentially, punt it away, don't turn it over.
Seeger DeGaynor is back to return a punt. He has not returned a punt in his career. His 5 returns have all been on the kickoff variety. He stands at the 15, while Mason Miller, who has been terrific, 12 of his 20 punts have pinned the opposition back inside the 20. Punting with the wind at his back off the side of his foot, though. This one will end up in the stands. It went right off the side of his foot. He was trying to angle it away from DeGaynor. Again, not as dangerous in the punt return. And a poor punt, a very rare effort on the downside for number 23.
Yeah, in the conditions, a little tougher, but he has had a really good season.
So let's talk a little bit about this. It's just a light rain that's falling right now. You know, everyone thinks about how the light rain impacts skill players. How does this impact the offensive line? Does it have any impact at all when it's raining?
It's a little bit harder to get a hold of defenders on blocks because you can just slip right off those pads, especially rarely do you see O-linemen not go gloves these days, centers, because they have to snap the ball, but it's just those gloves can get slick. We saw guys drop balls, and it's just harder to hold on to those blocks.
Shotgun snap, another pass out
That's
there.
a fumble.
That's a lateral. Pick it up. Bucher tries to fall on it. It's still loose. Now it's back on the ground, and Marian has it. That pass went behind the wide receiver. Bucher then tried to pick it up. It scooted around for 4 seconds. Finally, a white jersey falls on it.
Yeah, Bucher tried to do the old classic scoop and score, but wasn't able to secure it. And fortunately for him, Marian still was able to recover that. But that is clearly a behind the line pass, going backwards, and clearly a fumble. No question about it.
And the intended receiver didn't have a chance because as he's reaching back with his left hand, he then stumbles backward in that adjustment, and it's another turnover. A fumble. Goodness, what a rough start offensively for Concordia. Marian now new life at the Concordia 30.
There it is.
Bundalo, pressure.
Play action.
And now he's going to try and tuck it, run, and it's not going to get anywhere. I thought maybe he'd throw that ball away.
Yeah.
But instead, he ends up taking the loss and the sack.
And first down from the 30. There was the play action shot I was looking for, but Concordia with the pressure able to get the stop.
So he'll lose 4 on that. Another sack from this Concordia defense. Marian leading 14-0. They have forced 2 turnovers on defense.
5 sacks, Scott.
And they have also stopped them twice on 4th down.
4 sacks.
If you hear it, 4 sacks from this Concordia defense. 2nd down and 14. Bundalo hands it off. LaBelle right side, and he's brought down at the 30. He'll gain 4 out to the original line of scrimmage.
Casey Roush, haven't called his name a lot. 3rd on the team in tackles from that linebacker position. The ends have been so busy that the linebackers haven't had a chance, but Roush does a really nice job hunting down LaBelle on that one and getting the tackle.
And also Liam Carey, a linebacker who was a game-time decision, one of their starting outside linebackers, did not start this game.
Yeah, leading
but number
tackler.
36 is out there right now along with Roush. But they are missing 2 additional starters on this defensive line, a linebacker and a defensive tackle. And another false start. You've got the left side of the line. You have Jones and Wells blocking, and the ball is still in the turf. So it'll be 3rd and 15 from the 35-yard line. 3 Marian penalties, all pre-snap. And look, this is a great atmosphere, but don't get us wrong. It's not as if you can't hear the snap count.
No.
It might be a little different.
No, it's just
3.5 miles away at the big house.
Yeah, they were on the wrong count.
3rd and 15 from the 35-yard line. Bundalo takes the snap. Pressure from his backside. He rolls, throws, caught, but it's not going to matter. There's going to be a holding penalty on Austin Jones. It was caught short of the sticks. I think you take the penalty because you don't want to give them a chance to maybe go for it on 4th down.
You do. Not only that, it's well out of field goal range. Long of the year for Pomeli is 43 yards.
And look, Jones had his hands full because David Cagle, who's had an outstanding first half, came around like a crazed man. He has all game and had his sights set on the back of quarterback number 9.
I do not envy Austin Jones or Zach Sibley one bit. These guys are going to be a handful all afternoon.
3rd and 25.
3 sacks for Cagle. 3. It's the second quarter.
Bundalo walks up, helps with the protection call. He's in the shotgun. LaBelle is to his left. Bundalo's going to throw it. He has time. Going deep. He's got Spence. And he overshoots
Just
number 1 at the 5-yard line.
Just a little bit, but just enough. Spence had him beat, but the ball was not there.
As Spence was running down the right sideline, this 15-mile-an-hour wind is at the back of Marian, and that ball lands at the 3. Spence was standing at the 6.
Yeah, and that time they leave LaBelle in as an assist to Austin Jones going against Cagle today. 1 extra man in protection, had the time, but that I do think that win did carry that one.
So now Miller an opportunity to atone for his last punt and a chance to pin this team inside the 20-yard line. Marian leading 14-zip, 7 minutes to go before halftime. Punting from left to right, no pressure, takes his time. End over end, fair catch called for by DeGainer. He was then run into
That's a penalty.
as soon as he caught it.
Yep.
And so that's going to help out in a big, big way.
I'm not sure what JT Downey was thinking there, but he almost tried to catch the punt. And that's clear interference.
And DeGainer, he was waving his hand. You could clearly see it was going to be a fair catch signal.
Even on fair catch, they don't want Secret DeGainer to touch the ball.
So, yeah, that's right. Hey, if it's 15 yards, so be it.
So be it.
So be it. Don't let him touch it. Well, this is a fun matchup.
It's so fun.
Between these teams. Although Marian is 10-2 all-time in this series, these teams have had some great ones.
Battles.
Battles.
The last time we were here, the Knights snapped Concordia's 27-game home win streak. Marian
That's right.
twice lost in that streak, but last year they convincingly snapped that home win streak. First time these teams have both met when being undefeated, but it's the 5th time they've met as both are ranked. First down and 10 at the 29-yard line after the penalty. James Carpenter drives his legs, and he carries the football an extra 4 yards after contact at the left hash mark.
Love that play design. They fake the jet sweep motion and then run counter off of it to the opposite way. So everyone's flowing one way with the jet sweep, then you go counter with the running back. Marian was on top of it about 3 yards, but then Carpenter just drives those legs and gets the extra 4.
Well, it's hard to believe when you played against Concordia, it was, as you mentioned, it was just a helmet week.
Yeah.
You knew that it would be a 5 to 6 touchdown win.
Right.
5th time now in the last 7 years these teams have met when both are ranked. Brooks flushed out. He's going to try and tuck it, run, and he'll extend the football out, but they're still going to mark him about 2 yards short of where he extended that football.
Yeah, a little linebacker blitz. Joe Owens got through really quick. Brooks saw it right away, just took the ball down and got what he could.
They're going to say no gain. They're going to mark it at the 33. So here's 3rd down and 2. It's a big 3rd down right now for Concordia. The Cardinals just needing to get something going, but Marian's defense has been dominant, forcing 2 turnovers, 2 4th down stops. And this situation here is at the 33 of Concordia. Shotgun snap, quarterback wants to put it up into the air. Throws it out, and it's incomplete, but Owens is going to be flagged for a late hit.
It's only half a second, Scott, but I agree with the call. The ball is gone. Half a second later, gets the contact from Joe Owens on the pressure, and it's a free first down. It's just, you can't do it.
And with Owens' size compared to Brooks' size, he did hit Brooks about 5 yards behind the spot he threw it from.
Yep.
So instead of 4th and 2 and a likely punt, it's the third time today one of these two defenses has awarded the opposition a first down due to penalty. So now it's the 48-yard line.
If you're Concordia, this rapid moving game, 5 minutes left in the second quarter, you got to get points here.
And Brooks will have a quarterback sweep out to the left side. Doesn't gain much. It will keep you honest for future plays.
You just have to get points.
And for Concordia, an important drive here because they will receive the second half kick.
And the rain is coming down a little more than it was at kickoff.
Gain of 4 yards, now into Marian territory. 5th play of the drive that started at the 29-yard line. Concordia trailing 14-zip. Play action, now sling it underneath, and it's incomplete. Intended receiver was Bailey Brooks, but he was smashed by Nate Fry as soon as the ball got to his hands.
Yeah, pressure off the edge from Pettiford. Brooks gets rid of it on the quick play, but unable to come down with it. That was a rocket out of his arms.
Yeah, Pettiford right now is the pressure man. Bucher, the other defensive end. And you've got the big man, Apata and Marsh in the middle of that defensive line. Griffin, the linebacker. And now they have Parker Molden out there as well, number 8. And then the 4 secondary. 3rd down and 6. Brooks takes the snap. The quarterback rolls out right. Throws underneath. His receiver was wide open in front of the corner. Just finds a little soft spot in the defense and converts at the 38-yard line, gain of 10.
Big conversion. Nice job of just finding a spot, sit tight, wait for the ball. Good delivery from Brooks.
And that time, Bailey Brooks was able to make the catch on the throw from Gavin Brooks.
Relation or no?
I don't think so.
Usually you clarify.
They're both from Livonia. That's a great question.
Maybe they're cousins.
Handed off to Carpenter, and he actually was hit and then put his hand down and sprung forward. That's a tough 3.
It is tough.
James Carpenter on the ball carry, gain of 3
Now, I
yards.
do think just in the beginning of the game, Concordia came out so juiced. It was almost too much, and they really have settled themselves, but a score will help significantly in their efforts in this game.
Clock rolling down, 3:45, 3:44. 2nd down, 7 yards to go. The line of scrimmage is the 35. 35 yards away from their first touchdown of the game is Concordia. Marian leads 14-0. Approaching halftime, play action. Brooks drops. He's going towards the end zone. It's going to be overthrown, incomplete. Great coverage by Danny Lewis, the only man in coverage for Marian in the secondary.
Not sure if the win was a factor, but that was a really bad pass. He had one-on-one deep post opportunity, and he threw it way over the head of his intended receiver. If he would have led him out going the way he was running, the receiver had to change course. Where he was going, had no chance at the ball. That was an opportunity missed for Brooks on the deep shot. One-on-one, you got to take advantage of that.
Yeah, and it was the closest man to it, ends up being the cornerback, Lewis. 3rd and 7 now. Brooks looking left, pressure, Owens hits him, and it's going to be incomplete. Bucher, the defensive end, was in coverage on the running back screen. Great pressure by Owens, forces the quicker throw, and the defensive line had that play snuffed out.
Yeah, I like the play call, just the timing of it. Marian is all over it. I've noticed a lot of these defenders, they have devoured film this week because everything that Concordia has run, they're just a step ahead. They know what's coming. They've done their homework. They are ready.
And because you're going into this 15-mile-an-hour wind, it will be a punt on 4th and 7. The punter is the linebacker, Casey Roush. He punts from his own 50. Armani Glass is back, and Glass will let it bounce at the 4, and it was an end-over-end, a beautiful punt by Roush.
Gorgeous.
So the linebacker says, all right, I'm going to walk down and take my position. Marian's going to take over the football at their own 2-yard line after the 30-yard punt.
On their own 1-yard line.
3:10 left in the first half.
So 3:10 to play. Marian will have the wind at their back. But the line of scrimmage is the 2-yard line. And Marian now will not have Jalen Jennings for the rest of this half. He took the opening kickoff and took a shot and then was being monitored on the sideline. He is not available. He will be reevaluated at halftime, will be the speedy wide receiver. So your receiving core will be Young, Spence, and Riker. Jumbo package here with the single running back at the 2-yard line. Bundalo gives, and it's going to be a run up the middle, twisting out clear of the 6 down to the 7-yard line.
Yeah, most important thing being backed up is just give yourself some breathing room. Then the second thing you look for is try to get that first down, and then you see how much time is left and see if you want to try to go score. So right now, one play at a time mentality, nursing this lead here at the end of the first half.
Gibson did rip off a 94-yard touchdown run week 1 against Judson. He is the running back now, 2nd and 6 from the 8. He gets it, stutter, hit right at the thigh boards, and is knocked down at the 10-yard line.
Okay, so they got the room. Now they're trying for 3rd and short to get that first down. There'll still be about 2 minutes left, and then we'll see what they want to do.
They can snap this ball under 2 minutes. The play clock right now at 27. 2:18 on the game clock.
But right now, no urgency really for a 2-minute drive.
Marian needs 2 yards to extend this drive. Quarterback calls for it, gives it to the running back, and he'll be hit short, well short. Gibson didn't get anywhere, trying to work the left side of the offensive line, but Wells and Jones couldn't move that pocket.
And timeout Concordia, so they're going to have good field position and a good amount of time left to try to get that elusive score that has eluded them so far today.
And really, normally a sure punter, but Mason Miller has not had 3 good punts yet today. Even one that he tried to get inside the 20 was the sidewinding wound that was a fair catch.
Yeah, clearly affected by the weather.
Now, Marian and Concordia played the big one today. We hope to see you next Saturday at 1 o'clock for the Franciscan Bowl. 1 o'clock is the kick. St. Francis makes the trip down I-69, and the Cougars out of Fort Wayne will face Marian. Always one of the biggest games on the calendar next year. Marian Athletics and Marian Football would like to thank AAA Roofing. When it rains, it pours. So trust the pros at AAA Roofing. That's who we call. Thanks to AAA Roofing for their support of Marian Athletics. And Marian Football brought to you by Pepsi. Grab a Pepsi and some friends and get in the game. Pepsi, a proud partner of Marian Sports. 1:55, clock stops after the timeout. Miller will punt about 3 yards deep in his own end zone. Marian leading 14-0.
They tried to get him to jump.
They did. Now Marian calls the timeout.
Have a timeout to burn, I guess, give it a try.
They lined up, and then they went to a motion shift, and Concordia did not bite. So now this will be a big drive for head coach Josh Schumacher and the Concordia Cardinals.
You can't get him to jump if you don't try, Scott.
That's terrific.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really good. You sure you don't want to go down to the sidelines? You like your view up here?
You want to get rid of me?
All right, so this thus far has been the most physical.
Oh,
and
hands down.
Amp-wise, the biggest game thus far this year. We had to wait for week 6, but Concordia ranked 10 at their place where they are very good. It's been an impressive start for Teddy Karras Jr.'s Knights to lead 14-0. But they're going to have their work cut out for them because Concordia is expecting great field position with 1:55 to play before halftime. Marian punting from their own end zone from left to right. Miller gets it off, and it's a beauty.
That is.
High, turns it over. DeGator backpedals all the way to the 40. Trying to sprint to the far sideline. He's going backwards. He'll run out of bounds at the 35. Mason Miller. What a time to have your best punt of the afternoon.
I mean, that was a rocket. It went so high and so far. The Gainer had to backtrack about 10 to 15 yards just to get to it. What a punt and what a time when you need it. Big time from Miller.
DeGainer was standing at his own 45 in that 50-yard line vicinity, expecting the great return. Instead, the line of scrimmage now is the 36. Great job on that punt by Miller. 2 timeouts for Concordia and their quarterback Brooks to work with. Hands it off to the running back Carpenter, wrapped up, dropped. Boy, shooting in from that middle linebacker position is Griffith. He's had a good first half as well as Alex Griffith.
He's been active.
Number 35, Alex Griffith.
Gain
Nice
of
stop.
2 out to the 38.
A little surprised to see them go run there with a minute 30. I thought they'd try to sling it out.
Now there's 1:20 on the clock. Bunch formation on the right side. Brooks drops back, steps up. He's going to hit by Brock Carrington and tackled for a loss. Number 55 was working on that right side of the defensive line. He felt the quarterback step up, reached out, picks up the sack.
Loss of 2 yards.
Lose 2.
Now under a minute, 3rd and long, tough situation. They don't look like they're in a hurry.
And they had 2 timeouts to sit with. 50 seconds, 49 seconds. 3rd down and 10 from the 36. Marian employs several DBs on this formation. Brooks will roll out to his right. Plants. He's going to throw deep, and it's going to be out of bounds.
Close, but yeah.
DeGainer tried to drag the toe, but it was a foot out of bounds on the white stripe. And it's 4th down, and that punt by Miller completely changes the way this first half could potentially have ended. Instead of 1st down on the Marian side, he flips that field in a big way in a quick 3 and out.
Yeah, and Concordia started it. They had the opportunity. They were in Marian territory. They have to punt. Pins Marian back deep. They get just enough yards to give Miller some room, and then Miller bombs it.
And you're right, that first play call, the handoff to Carpenter.
Yeah, it's odd.
Armani Glass is backed up, calls for the fair catch.
Oh, no.
Did he touch it? He's
think
going
he
after
did.
it like he did. It's still loose. Who's got it? Now it's out of bounds. We're going to be blocked
This
by
is a
our
big
vantage
call.
point.
This is a big call.
Boy, as that ball was sailing in the air, you felt like Armani Glass should have let it go. Concordia holds the football up, but the officials are going to have to determine if they were in bounds or not.
No call, Scott. They're conferencing now. There has been no signal.
That ball was bounced at the left hash mark, and then as Glass tried to go back to it, it took a carom dead right towards the out-of-bounds line, and then a scrum of people. Our vision's blocked because of the sideline. It's in front of the Concordia bench that is saying, hey, it's your ball. The Marian defense is being called back out on the field.
The ball was touched by the receiving team player and recovered in bounds by the kicking team. It's 1st down.
Concordia football.
Disagree. But, okay, so first of all, Jennings is out. Glass is the backup. I thought the ball landed in front of him. He had to have made contact. You could tell right away the way he went after the ball. But that ball was bounced around a little bit. I don't think it was recovered in bounds. From our vantage point, we couldn't see. But they discussed, and they said it was.
Well, to the credit, cornerback Dwight Lewis, who was on that punt return team, stood there. He was waving the defense out a good 25 seconds before the official made it clear. What a break for Concordia.
Huge opportunity here on the 28-yard line.
But there's 24 seconds left, 2 timeouts. Brooks rolls out right. Brooks has time.
He has him.
He's now going to run. He dumps it off, but he was across the line of scrimmage.
He was, and so was the offensive line. Definitely a penalty.
What a mistake. He should have, number 15, the quarterback, ran right up to the line of scrimmage and tried a jump pass, which was complete to his tight end, Pizzala. But as soon as he threw it, the official threw the ball.
He had the Gainer deep, too. The Gainer had about 3 yards of separation. If he slung it to the back of the end zone, that's a touchdown.
Player downfield. Offense, 74. It's a 5-yard penalty remains.
So here's the benefit. Because it's the illegal man downfield, it's not the loss of down. So you move it back
Concordia,
to the
second of the half.
34-yard line. Concordia has to burn the timeout.
Right, because the clock would have started when it's set. So they have one more with 19 seconds to go, and now they're on the 33. Let's see what they can do.
Yeah, 19 seconds to go. Marian leading 14-0. The Knights, and we talked about get off to a good quick start. The second time they had the football, Marian, it was a disjointed drive, but they went 12 plays, 60 yards, 2 first downs aided by Concordia defensive penalties, and then a huge 4th and 19 conversion to give them first down goal to go. William Gibson ran it in from 7 yards.
Yeah.
Then after an interception, Marian takes over at the Concordia 30. How about 4 plays, all handoffs to Keegan LaBelle. He covers all 70 yards. The last of it, a 30-yard touchdown run. It's been a tough go for Concordia offensively. 2 turnovers on downs. And Marian just had their first turnover on the muff punt by Armani Glass. First down and 15, 34-yard line. Into a 15-mile-an-hour wind. More whistles coming.
Wide receiver stacks here.
Please
They ran the
reset
clock.
Game clock to 19 seconds.
Yep.
19 seconds. The clock will start.
So we've got 2 wide receivers stacked behind each other on the right. Same on the left. 1 running back to the left of the quarterback, Gavin Brooks. Brooks steps back. He's got all kinds of room in the middle, and he'll run. He'll try and get to the sideline. He will get so at the 24-yard line with 10 seconds to play.
There should have been 11. They ran it a little more down to 9 seconds.
They're going to spot him out at the 23.
Set the game clock to 11 seconds.
There we go.
Yep.
That's a good call. 11
So
seconds.
2 plays for sure. You have time for 2 plays.
Will start on the snap.
Unless it's inbound. Well, they have the timeout. So 2 plays, you feel comfortable. Something over the middle. You can still stop the clock, but the ball has to get out quick.
And this is big for Concordia. They will have the second half kick. Marian leading 14-zip. 11 seconds to go before halftime. And it's Concordia ball at the 24.
A long of 40 this year for Robinson.
He's going into a win.
But into the win is going to be tough.
He's going into the wind, and it's raining. And so Marian now has a chance to regroup as the officials called their timeout. Now they release the players to the play. 2 wide receivers in normal position right. Split left. Timeout now called
Good
by
timeout.
Teddy Karras Jr. and the Marian staff.
Good timeout there. Let's talk about it.
So Marian will leave themselves with 1 timeout.
So again, time enough to go over the middle, but it's got to be near the end zone. I don't think you need to run anything to the boundary where you feel like you got to get out of bounds because of that timeout and because there's only 11 seconds.
And now remember this year, the clock would run after first downs except in the final 2 minutes of the half
Correct.
and the game.
Correct.
So there you are, 11 seconds. There are legitimately a chance for 2 plays. Now here's one thing I've noticed with this offense. Brooks is not a quick catch the snap, release guy.
He's not loving that.
He has to get out of the pocket due to his size.
Yeah.
And that is going to take some time. You'll have Tyler Bucher and Dion Pettiford, the rush ends.
Yeah, he's a program height of 5'11". Tough to see over that offensive line.
Yeah, so he needs to get out. He has an empty backfield, 3 right, 2 left. He'll step up. Now he's got to tuck it and run. 7 seconds to play. He'll sling it out of bounds with 4 seconds to play. He had nobody open. He threw it out of bounds at the 15-yard line.
And I think, so he stepped up. I think he had time to run. There was no one really in the middle. But in his mind, he's like, oh, I got to throw this. But he forgot about the timeout because he ended up taking it back out, taking way too much time, and then just threw it away. But by that time, now there's only 1 play left.
And again, because of that height, he has to get outside of the pocket.
Correct.
And so it's not as if with 11 seconds, you know, Zach Bundalo, Marian's quarterback, is easily tall enough to stand in there, find something, and go. You've got to wheel him out. That's at least 2 seconds just to get out there. And by that time, the wide receivers are into either their second, maybe third move. The defense is set. It's just not working right now.
And everyone was convoluted on the left side of the field. There was nothing to the right. So all the defenders are over there as well.
Concordia calls timeout, and they will make a decision here. But their kicker, Deja Robinson, is out on the field.
Going for points.
The holder is the safety, Colby Colmesher. This will be a 40-yard field goal attempt.
Matches his long of the year, but you mentioned the conditions.
It's about a 15-mile-an-hour wind. It is raining. He's 5 of 7 on the season. Again, this will match the long here in 2023. Safety is the holder. Calls for it. Timeout. Marian had 1 to go with.
Love that.
And they called it a split second
Ice him.
before it was snapped.
Ice the kicker. Wonder
So-
if they changed their mind here. Doesn't look like it.
I don't think so. They've got Robinson out here to kick.
I do like the call. In the conditions, if it's a nice day, it's definitely the call. But because of the rain and the wind, I may think let's just try to go at the end zone. And they are. They're bringing out the offense.
Here they go. So now the offense will come out.
So the freezing timeout could potentially backfire.
So now it will not be the 40-yard field goal. And obviously from Marian's sideline, you know that's an option. If we
Right.
do call this, we're going to go with the offense back out, and that's exactly what they do. So the quarterback comes back out.
Eyes on number 20. The gainer has to be the intended receiver here.
And we'll tell you where he lines up. The quarterback, Brooks, and they're going to have all 4 wide receivers line up on the left side. No, there's going to be 3 lined up on the left.
Yeah, 6'7", number 87. DeVries, look for him as well. That's a big target.
The line of scrimmage is the 23, last play of the half. Now, linemen are confused as who needs to come out. Play clock's at 10. What's the play? Block. 3rd down and 4, last play before halftime. Brooks takes the snap, looks, throws this ball, a jump ball into the end zone.
The right call.
And
Oh,
the big tight end had it in his hands.
he did. He had the ball in his hands.
As 87 hit the turf, the ball squirted free. Boy, a great job. Let's get the 6'7" junior out there, but he could not squeeze the pigskin.
Wow, that was so close.
What a first half in Ann Arbor. It's raining, it's cold, it's windy, and Marian heats things up by leading 14-0. We have reached halftime. Zach and I will come back on camera even.
Hey.
And we'll break this down for you. What a top 10 battle. Marian wins the first half with 30 more minutes to go on the ISC Sports Network.
Meet Zach. Day and night, rain or shine, even just out for a spin, Zach gets around. But we know Zach, and at Indiana Members Credit Union, we know he's been saving up to trade up. IMCU is here to help Zach and you drive your dream. Lock in your rate with pre-approval. It's fast, free, and makes buying the car of your dreams easier. Today, it's all about Zach. Tomorrow, it's all about you. Because at IMCU, it's you that matters.
Still waiting? You could have been seen by an orthopedic specialist at Ortho Indy Urgent Care. Avoid the wait, cost, and drama of the ER. Ortho Indy Urgent Care. Orthopedic care without the drama. Find a location near you.
Meet Chip. 30 years ago, he started a small business with a big idea. Today, there's a new building, a new fleet of equipment, and a new era of leadership. But we know Chip, and at Indiana Members Credit Union, we know he plans to keep growing, building business with the next generation. IMCU is here to help with secure and simple account management tools and commercial financing to grow business. Today, it's all about Chip. Tomorrow, it's all about you. Because at IMCU, it's you that matters.
Pepsi's always had great taste. Today, try great taste with zero sugar. This is the Pepsi with zero compromises. This is Pepsi Zero Sugar.
Reach for Mars, or harness energy from the stars. Go faster than the speed of sound, or get clean water for everyone around. For an engineer, the choice is Marian University's Whitsker School of Engineering.
Still waiting? You could have been seen by an orthopedic specialist at Ortho Indy Urgent Care. Avoid the wait, cost, and drama of the ER. Ortho Indy Urgent Care. Orthopedic care without the drama. Find a location near you.
Meet Zach. Pedaling day in and day out gets tough. At Indiana Members Credit Union, we can help Zach and you drive your dream with great rates for new, used, leases, or refinancing. Because at IMCU, it's you that matters.
Some say you have to choose between reaching for Mars or harnessing more energy from a star. Going faster than the speed of sound versus bringing clean water from out of the ground. We say, why not both? The choice, then, is Marian University's Whitaker School of Engineering. Discover success with purpose. Learn more at marian.edu/engineering.
Meet Kate. She has a lot to juggle. Family, work, it can lead to trying days and tired nights. But we know Kate, and at Indiana Members Credit Union, we know at some point her space at a premium life may change. IMCU is here to help Kate and you find your space. Now, add on or remodel with an introductory rate of 3.9% APR on a home equity line of credit. Today, it's all about Kate. Tomorrow, it's all about you. Because at IMCU, it's you that matters.
I went to Marian for the education, but what I took away was the experience.
Marian University is like a home to me.
Plus, downtown Indy is just 10 minutes away from campus.
Marian University offers an exceptional education and an unforgettable experience. Apply today at marian.edu.
Meet Kate. These days, space around her house is tight. At Indiana Members Credit Union, we can help Kate and you find your space with an introductory rate of 3.9% APR on a home equity line of credit. Because at IMCU, it's you that matters.
Marian University's Ancilla College brings exciting educational opportunities to Northern Indiana. Now you can pursue both in-demand degrees and championship dreams at a place built on faith, leadership, and career-building academics. Marian has been named one of the most innovative universities for cutting-edge changes on campus and in-course delivery with the best undergraduate teaching in the Midwest. Marian University's Ancilla College. Start here and go anywhere. Find out more by going to marian.edu/Ancilla.
Hi, welcome back to Concordia University. Scott McCauley and Zach Grays. We are at halftime. Marian leads it 14-0. The fifth-ranked Knights on the road with the 2-touchdown lead. But Concordia had the ball in their hands. Last play of the game, a 30-yard Hail Mary. Let's throw this thing up on a jump ball. They had the right guy, a 6'7" receiver. Just couldn't control it. And not a great first half for Concordia. They get the ball to start the second half, but an excellent job by the Marian defense in that first half.
Yeah, I mean, Concordia has had some opportunities, but not a lot. And in a game where you're trying to upset, you want to take advantage of those. That last one, razor close. There's the right guy to go after it. Just couldn't come down to the ground with the ball. But overall, it's just been like just a few things that you wish could go on your way where you'd be so much closer in this game. And it doesn't seem like it's that far away. It's 14-0, but it was such a physical game at the beginning, and I think they just came out a little bit too juiced up.
Yeah, as you see how this game has progressed, I do like the adjustments BJ Code, the offensive coordinator, has made for Marian. You look at just the absolute damage that was created by Concordia defensive end David Cagle. 3 sacks, and that was essentially before we even got going in the second quarter. I mean, he was a wrecking ball.
7 tackles, 5 solo. Oh, sorry, the wrong guy. 5 tackles, 4 solo, 3 sacks. That's a lot. And a quarterback hit.
And you think about it, Marian came out wanting to throw the ball. They were going into the wind. The rain wasn't bad. They wanted to come out and throw it. And that's when he was having his way. I mean, he was just beating the offensive line.
And these are experienced, very talented tackles in Jones and Sibylle, and he at times was just running right by them. I mean, he is as advertised, and Dupree is good too, and he's been not quite as active, but at the beginning, both those guys were everywhere.
And then you bring in the change-up in Keegan LaBelle, and the game flipped when the sophomore number 27 came in the game.
X factor, really. I mean, the way he was there for so long there in the first half, Marian just could not get the edge. The ends were just they were unable to get outside, and then LaBelle comes in, and that one big one down the field is one of the bigger plays in this game.
Yeah, and you're right. There was one play where he was hit. After a 2-yard gain, they went to grab him up high and almost spin him.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't look like a big, strong guy.
You think you can just take his jersey and rip him down. No.
And he spins free for another 14 yards.
Right.
The next play, he rips off the 30-yard touchdown. That was a big momentum change for him to come in. And that entire drive was all him.
It was.
All the handoffs to him, and they ran it. It was a drive that we had start to 30. the yards say it started at the, it was a 66-yard total gain that he had because he lost some on one.
Yep.
He takes it the entire way, and that makes it 14-zip, and that was kind of something that made Concordia think a little bit about,
Right.
okay, they can run the ball on us.
Yeah, and that, I mean, LaBelle, is, we didn't even mention coming into today, he's averaging 11 yards a carry. Today, 13 yards a carry. This guy is just a big run waiting to happen, and you see him out there, and you see, what is he listed at, 5'6"? You're like, there's no way this guy is good, but then you get out there, and you're like, how is he that fast? How is he that elusive? How is he able to bounce off tackles the way he is? I mean, it's kind of wild.
Yeah, when you see what Marian's been able to do offensively. Okay, now in at halftime, what is the head coach, Teddy Karras Jr.'s, what's something that he needs cleaned up? What's he telling his team? Is it with the offensive coordinator, BJ Code's side of the ball, or are we looking at Justin Robinson's defense, that side of the ball?
It's tough to say. I mean, obviously we mention all the time the penalties have to be cleaned up. Those free snaps just
six
kill you.
penalties for 55 yards.
And it's a discipline thing, and that is definitely hurting them week in, week out. But, I mean, just those big 2 drives that they were able to get scores has been really the big difference. And that's all it takes is 2 drives. So coming out, just continue to keep that momentum on your side and just, keep doing what you're doing, honestly. They're doing a good job.
Whoever scores in that third quarter is going to tell us what the rest of this game looks like.
Scotty. It could.
Concordia will get the start of that second half kickoff.
Yeah.
So they'll start with offensive possession in the third quarter. If they're able to move that ball and make it 14-7, okay, game on. Now what can Zach Mundelo and the offense do to make sure that nothing else goes awry on the offensive side of the ball? Or if the defense continues to dominate the way that they have, and if Marian puts up a score in the third quarter and it's a 3-touchdown lead in a driving rain, 49 degrees, 15-mile-an-hour wind, it's going to spell some trouble for the offense for Concordia.
It is, and really it's kind of wild to look at the comparison because it's 128 yards to 129 yards. Concordia actually leads in offensive yards, which is kind of wild to think about. But, I mean, you look at the tail of tape coming in, these teams are that close. So then you go down and like, okay, what's the difference? Well, the 2 turnovers weren't ideal. Third down is comparative, but that's not ideal. Penalties, all those things. Like, it has to be almost perfect if you want to upset Marian.
Is she here?
I doubt it.
She's not?
Kelsey's not here. So.
Oh, he's not here?
Yeah.
I didn't know if this was a halftime performance. This football's her thing.
If she was here, there'd be just a plethora of Swifties all over the place. So, yeah, she's definitely not here.
We'd be in line.
I would.
Yeah, no question about it.
She's a talented woman.
Yeah, my daughter would be like, get me a picture, see what you got, but she's not here. This is not a live performance you're hearing right now. What a performance in the first half for Marian. He and I are going to take a break. When we come back, we'll get you the stats. We'll get you ready to go. We are still about 9.5 minutes away from kicking off the third quarter. You are listening to and watching us on the ISC Sports Network.
Marian University's Ancilla College brings exciting educational opportunities to Northern Indiana. Now you can pursue both in-demand degrees and championship dreams at a place built on faith, leadership, and career-building academics. Marian has been named one of the most innovative universities for cutting-edge changes on campus and in-course delivery with the best undergraduate teaching in the Midwest. Marian University's Ancilla College. Start here and go anywhere. Find out more by going to marian.edu/Ancilla.
Meet Chip. He turned a big idea into a big company. At Indiana Members Credit Union, we're helping Chip and his family grow their business. We'll help you, too, with financing to expand your venture. Because at IMCU, it's you that matters.
This is the Pepsi for America's Best Barbecue. Worthy of 100-mile detours and 1,000 likes. Looks good. This is the Pepsi for mopping, dipping, and dousing. Whatever you're craving, this is the Pepsi for you. This is the Pepsi for serious fans and serious eats. This is the Pepsi for Sundays at the ballpark and days off at your favorite pizza joint. Right, Aaron?
Best slice in New York.
Whatever you're craving, this is the Pepsi for you.
Meet Zach. Day and night, rain or shine, even just out for a spin, Zach gets around. But we know Zach, and at Indiana Members Credit Union, we know he's been saving up to trade up. IMCU is here to help Zach and you drive your dream. Lock in your rate with pre-approval. It's fast, free, and makes buying the car of your dreams easier. Today, it's all about Zach. Tomorrow, it's all about you. Because at IMCU, it's you that matters.
Still waiting? You could have been seen by an orthopedic specialist at Ortho Indy Urgent Care. Avoid the wait, cost, and drama of the ER. Ortho Indy Urgent Care. Orthopedic care without the drama. Find a location near you.
Meet Chip. 30 years ago, he started a small business with a big idea. Today, there's a new building, a new fleet of equipment, and a new era of leadership. But we know Chip, and at Indiana Members Credit Union, we know he plans to keep growing, building business with the next generation. IMCU is here to help with secure and simple account management tools and commercial financing to grow business. Today, it's all about Chip. Tomorrow, it's all about you. Because at IMCU, it's you that matters.
Pepsi's always had great taste. Today, try great taste with zero sugar. This is the Pepsi with zero compromises. This is Pepsi Zero Sugar.
Reach for Mars or harness energy from the stars. Go faster than the speed of sound or get clean water for everyone around. For an engineer, the choice is Marian University's Whitaker School of Engineering.
Still waiting? You could have been seen by an orthopedic specialist at Ortho Indy Urgent Care. Avoid the wait, cost, and drama of the ER. Ortho Indy Urgent Care. Orthopedic care without the drama. Find a location near you.
Meet Zach. Pedaling day in and day out gets tough. At Indiana Members Credit Union, we can help Zach and you drive your dream with great rates for new, used, leases, or refinancing. Because at IMCU, it's you that matters.
Some say you have to choose between reaching for Mars or harnessing more energy from a star. Going faster than the speed of sound versus bringing clean water from out of the ground. We say, why not both? The choice then is Marian University's Whitaker School of Engineering. Discover success with purpose. Learn more at marian.edu/engineering.
Meet Kate. She has a lot to juggle. Family, work, it can lead to trying days and tired nights. But we know Kate, and at Indiana Members Credit Union, we know at some point her space at a premium life may change. IMCU is here to help Kate and you find your space. Now, add on or remodel with an introductory rate of 3.9% APR on a home equity line of credit. Today, it's all about Kate. Tomorrow, it's all about you. Because at IMCU, it's you that matters.
I went to Marian for the education, but what I took away was the experience.
Marian University is like a home to me.
Plus, downtown Indy is just 10 minutes away from campus.
Marian University offers an exceptional education and an unforgettable experience. Apply today at marian.edu.
Meet Kate. These days, space around her house is tight. At Indiana Members Credit Union, we can help Kate and you find your space with an introductory rate of 3.9% APR on a home equity line of credit. Because at IMCU, it's you that matters.
Marian University's Ancilla College brings exciting educational opportunities to Northern Indiana. Now you can pursue both in-demand degrees and championship dreams at a place built on faith, leadership, and career-building academics. Marian has been named one of the most innovative universities for cutting-edge changes on campus and in-course delivery with the best undergraduate teaching in the Midwest. Marian University's Ancilla College. Start here and go anywhere. Find out more by going to marian.edu/Ancilla.
Scott and Zach back inside the booth here at Concordia. Marian has the lead at the half by a score of 14-0. Let's take a look at some first half stats for you. Really quite equal.
It is.
You look at Marian, 28 plays for 128 yards, 33 plays for 129 yards for Concordia. Neither team has been great on third down. Marian is just 2 of 7. Marian is, 2 of 7. Concordia is 3 of 9.
Yep.
And on a couple of those conversions, penalties helped them out.
That's
so
right.
they've not been sharp on third down, which you're looking at, two defenses that live in the top 10 nationally on how they're able to play and how they're recovered. Zach Bundalo, how many passes did you say on the opening drive? Did he attempt 6 on that first opening drive?
4 on the opening drive.
Total then for the rest of this game, 3 of 8 passing. 3 of 8 for the fifth-year senior. just 39 yards. And you look at it, most of that came on the 4th and 19 heave up to C.J. Young on the second drive that set up the touchdown. On the other side for Gavin Brooks, 6 of 16 for 61 yards. 24 of that came on a running back screen. So neither one of these quarterbacks have really been able to get it going, and a lot of that I think is attributed to the defensive lines.
Yeah, I mean, these are 60% passers coming into today, too, and they just, have not been able to get it done.
Running the ball, the most carries for Marian right now. William Gibson, 9 carries for 31 yards. Keegan LaBelle, 5 carries for 66 yards. On the other side for Concordia, Brandon Stewart, 6 carries, 37 yards. The quarterback has gained 17 on 6 carries. Just 2 players have catches today for Marian. A catch for Jake Reichert for 9 yards, 2 for C.J. Young for 30 yards, while 5 different players have caught footballs for Concordia. Seeger DeGainer has 2 catches for 16 yards. And on the defensive side, Brock Carrington has the lone sack for Marian. 4 sacks in the first half for Concordia. A majority of those came in the first quarter.
Yeah, they were juiced up, Scott.
Yep, 3 of them belonging to David Cagle. Penalties, 6 of 55 for Marian. You have to clean that up. They average 10 a game, and they're more than halfway there.
Yeah.
And then you look at penalties, just 3 for 25 for Concordia, but 2 of them allowed first downs for Marian, so they're coming at critical times. Turnovers, 2 for Concordia, and they were stopped on 4th down twice. And for Marian, 1 turnover, that was the muffed punt that set up the end of the first half, where you look like, yes, there could have been an opportunity for things to happen there. Both teams are out onto the field, but we can tell you as we get ready for the second half, no Jalen Jennings in the second half.
That's been a factor.
The All-American returner and their leading wide receiver, who is so fast and electric in space, is not returning to this game. He has concussion-like symptoms. He will not come back. However, what I understand in talking with Doc John Locke, he seems to be okay. This is more precautionary for Jalen Jennings.
Player safety is number 1.
And right now, the rain really coming down
it's more.
At halftime as more people were coming in from outside, including our very own Mich Huppert for SID.
Windier, too.
Yeah, it appears that rain is causing some problems. The field, I understand, is extremely wet.
Yes.
So we'll keep an eye on ball security, how the ball travels through the air. And you've mentioned, people don't think about this, wet jerseys can be difficult for offensive line.
Yep, absolutely.
So we'll get ready for the third quarter. Look, he's locked in.
I'm ready to go.
He's ready to go.
I do think we had mentioned it a lot because of the excitement of the game. Jalen Jennings being out is a huge factor, especially on offense. Bundelo's completions percentage down. Everything's down because he likes to get it to Jalen quick and let Jalen get some yards after catch, and that just hasn't been available. So that is a huge factor.
All right, we'll talk with you post-game, but for now, we bring you to the big normal screen, and you'll enjoy today's second half. Hey, we're still here. We're going to kick this thing off, though. Marian will send it into the air. They will have the 15-mile-an-hour wind at their back. Pomeli races up from left to right, kicks it away, and again, it will be Whitmore taking this, not DeGator. 15, 25, 30, he's on his feet. 35, and he's out to the 45-yard line. Some juice on the kickoff return for Concordia.
And a filthy stiff arm on Badescu. I mean, he planted him.
So a good way to open it up. Look, it's pick your poison back there,
There's
whether it's
like
DeGainer or you're going to go to the other man.
There's nothing like a good stiff arm, you know? It's just –
and that's
would you rather a stiff arm or a spin move?
Oh, the stiff arms are nice.
Yeah, they are.
And the stiff arm gave him 15 extra yards. 45-yard line, Concordia moving from right to left, again in their home red uniforms, red jerseys, red pants, black helmets. Gavin Brooks, the quarterback, takes the snap, gives it to his running back, kept it then to another man. That's Carpenter.
That was 2 running backs back there.
Holy cow, there was not Brooks, the quarterback. So they went now to the direct snap to the running back Carpenter, who did the long read option. He kept in the belly of Brandon Stewart for a long, long time, kept it himself at a big gain on first down.
Yeah, that was a nice little wrinkle there.
That was 8-yard gain.
And still no Brooks. That is 2 running backs in the backfield.
And so taking the snap is number 22, James Carpenter. Carpenter will sweep left.
That's a hold.
He'll bounce outside. He'll get the first down. No flags. and then he's down to the 40-yard line. All right, so Concordia's made this adjustment.
Okay, I like it. Whatever it takes. I mean, the Dolphins won an NFL game with literally going Wildcat the whole time. It's not like they have to bring Brooks back out there.
They don't, and they might just decide to pound this thing with this rain and this weather. He is still the quarterback. He is actually now looking down at his belt where the plays are. So this is not something that's new. He has the play sheet on his belt, and he's moving his teammate, his running back, to his right. So the running back takes the direct snap. The line of scrimmage is the 40, first down and 10. He sends DeGainer in motion. Jet sweep to DeGainer. He is going to be run through a tip tackle, get to the 45, turn the corner 30, and eventually knocked out of bounds. So now they're getting the ball in the hands of some playmakers.
I like it. I really like what Concordia is doing here. They are picking up first downs. They're getting their playmakers the ball immediately, and now they finally are able to get DeGainer more involved with the jet sweep because you're worried about those two running backs. I really like what they're doing here. Huge adjustment that is paying off so far.
Yeah, that was a big gain of 22 yards on the jet sweep to DeGainer. Cuevas had a chance to trip him up right at the line of scrimmage and missed it. Now they'll give it to the running back. Stewart sprints near side, hits the 20, lowers the shoulder, and is knocked out of bounds by the cornerback for Marian, Danny Lewis.
And now Brooks will come back out. Wow, what a start to the second half, going running back, direct snap, Wildcat, if you will.
Gain of 5 out to the 19-yard line. Second down and 6. This wrinkle now kind of has Marian's defense on their heels.
Yeah, and DeGainer matched exceeded his yards gained this game in one run, and that really set him up.
The quarterback, Gavin Brooks, is back out there. All his wide receivers are to the left. He moves his running back in motion, gives him the ball. Carpenter plants his foot and lowers his helmet right up the middle of the line. And it'll be a tough gain out to the 16, give him 3 yards. Third down and 3.
Well done by Luke Marsh playing D-line. He was able to secure that edge. Do not let Carpenter outside of him, forced it back in and created this third down.
All right, now the quarterback is back off. It will be the Wildcat offense for Concordia. Third down and 2. James Carpenter, the running back number 22, is the quarterback. He moves his teammate Stewart, the other running back, to his left. Wildcat formation, third down and 2. Snap. He'll keep it himself. Hit by Nate Fry. The safety came up on an outside blitz, hit him right at the line of scrimmage, and it'll be no gain, fourth down and 2.
How good is number 22? This is a safety that is playing on the line of scrimmage. He's seen the play 3 times now on this drive. He knows it's either going to be Carpenter keeping it or giving it, and he was in the backfield so quickly to make that stop. Nate Fry over and over again. Such a good player.
And they're bringing in big number 78, Dylan McDonald. The house is back out there.
Let's see if he blocks somebody this time.
The quarterback is back in, 0 for 2 on fourth down. They'll try it here. Brooks will roll out.
He missed
Brooks
his block.
Will be tackled
again
for a loss. And guess who? Tyler Bucher has now had a sack in every game against Concordia. And it's a huge missed block by number 78. He's 0 for 2 in his big opportunities.
I mean, I don't understand it. I mean, why they go to that side with the motion and him blocking, you're trusting him to make a block. There's a reason he's not a starting offensive lineman. He cannot stay in front of these guys. Gives up a huge play there.
And Brooks tried to, on a one-on-one move, shake Bucher, but the junior from Valparaiso squared him up, brought him down. Marian's fourth down stop of the afternoon. Now the offense takes over, still leading 14-0. Hand it off, and a little stutter step and a bounce outside. Keeping his feet is William Gibson, and a tough run out to the 33-yard line. First down.
I just can't get past that last drive to, again, knock on the door of the red zone and trying to get almost a little too fancy. It was working at first, and then you don't really go back to a traditional offense. You continue to try that jet sweep motion, and it just did not work. And another opportunity lost for Concordia.
Nate Fry, the huge stop of the Wildcat on 3rd and 2, forces the fourth down attempt, and Bucher makes the sack. Gibson now lowers his shoulder, runs over the tackle attempt of the safety Colby Comesher, Comesher went low, and Gibson just went right over his back.
Yeah, and now Marian will go back to ground and pound philosophy here with a 2-score lead all the time in the world. Just hand it off to Gibson or whoever else and let him grind this game down.
This has already been 2 plays that has taken 60 seconds off the clock for Marian. 2nd down and 6. Another carry for Gibson. Hit at the point of attack, makes a man miss, but the safety comes in and a face mask.
No call.
Yeah, Gibson's face mask was grabbed as he was tackled, but no call from the linesman.
Yeah, whiff by Nick Miller out there going one-on-one with Dupree. Dupree is able to get to Gibson really fast. That's on Nick Miller with the missed block.
And then no call on the face mask grab on Gibson. 3rd down and 2.
If you're Concordia defense, you're thinking that, wow, we really have to come in here. The offense is not helping us out. We got to get a stop here.
This is a must stop for Concordia. 3rd down and 2. Bundalo, the quarterback, with the 2-touchdown lead, calls for the snap.
Pressure coming, I think.
He has it. He's going to throw it. Looks left, dumps it off to Gibson. The catch, and he's going to be hit well short of the sticks. Linebacker Ben Tuddy comes up, makes the tackle one-on-one, and Marian will punt it away.
That's a huge play from Tuddy because Casey Roush comes from his middle linebacker position off the left edge on a pressure. It is up to number 15, Tuddy, to make any stop. The ball goes out to the running back, and number 15 is all over it. Hats off to Ben Tuddy on that. That's all him.
And it's another empty 3rd down play for Marian.
Do your job, right? That was him. Nice work.
So now Miller will punt it away. DeGainer stands as his own 20. Miller, with the wind at his back, bombs it.
Another one.
DeGainer backpedals inside the 10. He catches it at the 5.
He wants it.
Retreats back to the 3-yard line. Nowhere to go, and he's going to be stood up and knocked out of bounds. Tip of the cap on the coverage by the cornerback out there.
Is Dwight Lewis?
Dwight Lewis.
How good is he?
Absolutely just shielded him.
He has a really good feel for just like in coverage and even in punt coverage. Like he moves his body really well. He's patient. That was a really good job by him because if DeGainer was able to get the edge and get past Lewis, he has a chance down the sideline.
I'm going to tell you what, Mason Miller, your first 3 punts were not great today, but your last 2 has us completely forgetting about those because the last 2 by the sensational punter for Marian have been absolute bullets that have really put Concordia in some tough spots.
It's all good. What have you done for me lately, right?
1st down and 10 from the 12. And who is in it quarterback? It looks like they've made another change. They're going to hand this off to the running back, Stewart. Stewart is able to get across the 15-yard line. It's going to be Brad Solemn is now the quarterback, number 9. So they're trying to find something to jumpstart this offense.
And a complete opposite height-wise from Brooks, 6'5". So a lot taller, true sophomore. Let's see what the kid's got.
You know, he's only attempted 6 passes. He's completed 1, and 1 has been completed to the defense.
Talk about a spot here to come in,
yeah,
too.
and I wonder if he's even here to throw the ball. He has 2 wide receivers right, 2 to his left. He'll keep this one. He'll run around the tackle of 1 attempt, and then Dion Pettiford grabs him by the waist. Cuevas cleans it up. Not a lot there. He didn't look real sure of himself after he decided to pull the ball out of the belly of his running back.
Bless his heart, but he kind of looked like a brand new baby giraffe there, just not able to get his legs working right.
Yeah, 6'5" decided, all right, I'm going to pull the ball out of my running back's belly. Now, okay, it's my turn to run.
He's like, oh, snap.
3rd down and 2.
Back to Wildcat.
Carpenter is the quarterback, and we're going to have to really keep an eye on this. Yep, Wildcat formation. Sends his tight end in motion. He'll give it to the running back. 1st down by Stewart, but not by much. Cuevas hit him low, and the safety came up and just about forced Concordia to give it up, but it's going to be a 1st down by a half a foot.
Yeah, right call, though. It got just enough. And even Solemn on his carry set them up for that 3rd and short opportunity. First down. Now you go. Try to string some together and put a long drive together.
Not exactly a hurry-up type of offense.
And this clock is going.
Now
this entire game, it has been moving.
Brooks is back in at quarterback. 1st down and 10. We're approaching 6 minutes to play, 3rd quarter. Marian leading 14-0. You hit the big target, DeVries, on an outside route.
Yep.
DeVries turns it up. and they're going to knock him out about the 32-yard line,
Yeah,
so it'll be a yard short.
Just a quick curl, and Marian's playing a deeper zone, so they gave him some room there, and it's a good job just getting the ball to your guy, DeVries, and have him turn around and almost get another first down. They just need to keep stringing them together.
14-0, Marian leads. Third quarter action. Concordia with their second drive of the third quarter. They have used 3 different quarterbacks. Their starting quarterback is in on back-to-back plays for the first time in the second half. Snap, gives it off to the running back Carpenter, who's tripped up. Jayshon Underwood, the nickel linebacker, came in, tripped him up in the backfield. He fell forward to the 35 for a first down.
It feels a little chaotic switching quarterbacks and Wildcat and all that, but it is working. They are stringing some yards together here in the second half, so whatever it takes, go with it.
5 minutes to play, third quarter. 2-touchdown lead on the road for Marian. Number 5 leading at number 10. Brooks, the quarterback, has his running back right next to him. 3 wide receivers in a formation. Gives it to Carpenter up the middle, and then Carpenter, Alex Griffith, the linebacker, submarined in first, and then white jerseys collapse around him after a gain of 3.
It does feel a little bit like they could be setting up a deep shot off of play action. I know the weather, the wind, all that, but the way that these safeties are coming up to play at the line of scrimmage, the way these linebackers are biting up on these runs, it seems like there may be an opportunity for a fake and a deep shot.
Over the years, number 1 Parker Graham has been a playmaker for this team. He doesn't get a lot of action now. He is in the game, a former quarterback at wide receiver on the far side. 4 wide receivers. Brooks wants to put it in the air.
Up in
it's
the air.
batted into the air,
Oof.
and it will fall to the turf. Cuevas tried to adjust back, slipped, and he pounds his fists on the carpet as he was trying for his second INT of the day, but it's a tip pass incomplete.
Tyler Bucher, if you can't get to the quarterback, throw those hands up.
Third down and 7.
He's had a big day. 8 tackles, 1 sack, 1.5 tackles for loss. A lot of guys stepping up today. Nate Fry and Bucher and Cuevas with his pick. Griffith's had a good game. Really big, really a team effort today on defense.
Driving rain here in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Third down and 7, going into a wind that's died down a bit. Brooks, the quarterback, rolls out to his right, throws it up towards the sideline, and it's going to be caught by the Marian bench. Nobody there. He throws it away on 3rd and 7, and Concordia has to punt it away from their own 38. Big stop by Justin Robinson's defensive side.
Yeah, with the rollout, there's only about 3 options there going towards the right sideline, and Marian is just all over it. Brooks makes the decision to get rid of it and try instead of trying to force something on 3rd down.
Keegan LaBelle is now back to return this punt instead of Armani Glass, who muffed one.
Good call.
LaBelle has no gloves, no sleeves on.
No wristbands.
Nope.
I'm surprised he even has socks on,
Just
Scott.
those arms. It's going to be a line drive. LaBelle looking for it, catches it, chest high.
Oh, my goodness.
Sprints up the middle at the 35 and the 40. Keegan LaBelle cuts back at the 50, still on his feet and ripped down into Concordia territory. It's like there were boosters on his feet. He caught it and shot 10 yards up the middle, and a huge return flips the field for Marian.
He caught the ball. He has 2 guys coming at him. He takes 1 jab step and then fires off and somehow splits them so quickly. It's just fun to watch this kid with the ball in his hands.
Sophomore from Mount Vernon.
Coach Kirshner.
He will be the running back in this set. Marian leading 14-zip. They are on the Concordia side of the field. At the 48, Bundalo moves 2 tight ends from the left side to the right side. Hand it off. LaBelle runs behind the tight ends.
Oof.
He's going to be hit by the safety Whitmore, but he pushes him forward. And now there's going to be a late flag, and Byerly is saying it's going to be against Concordia.
Yeah,
but it's not. It's holding on Byerly.
CJ Young had an opportunity to cut off Gabe Whitmore there and just missed it. If he was there a half a second earlier, LaBelle might have been gone again. Either way, it would have came back most likely, but man, that was razor thin.
So another penalty on Marian. This will be their 7th of the game, and they're one of the most penalized team in NAIA. So now The line of scrimmage will be the 42-yard line on the Marian side. That's a huge penalty. First and 20 right now for Marian. No Jalen Jennings this afternoon. He was knocked out early in this game. Play action. Bundalo has to step up, throws on the run, and it's going to be caught right in the belly of number 13, C.J. Young. He cradles it with his arms, and it's a really good gain out to the 35-yard line. It's a nice gain right there of 13 yards.
Really good play from Bundalo and LaBelle. There's pressure coming off the edge, a free rusher. Bundalo sees it. LaBelle gets just enough of a hand on him for Bundalo to step up and deliver that ball to give themselves a chance on second down.
Second down and 7. Really good play. Good catch by C.J. Young, his 3rd catch of the day. Last week, a career-high 86 yards receiving for the senior from Harrison, Ohio. LaBelle runs right up the gut along the left hash mark, and it will set up a 3rd down and short from the 40-yard line.
Offensive line, great job on that one. Really got a really nice push. LaBelle wasn't even touched for the first 5 or 6 yards. So now you go from first and 15, 16 to now in 3rd and short. Last 2 plays, excellent.
3rd down and 2. Marian needs to get just shy of the 38-yard line. LaBelle the single back. Bundalo in the shotgun, went to a hard count. Now he'll move Armani Glass in motion. Give it to LaBelle. LaBelle falls forward. He has the first down. He's down to the 36-yard line. A little hop,
right?
Step, and he rolled for the first.
He's like a bunny rabbit back there, just hopping, then bam, right through that very small gap and able to get the first down. This kid.
And I like you brought Armani Glass in to protect on the right side, and you ran away from that protection. You almost showed a little bit of, hey, we're not going over there. Good vision. Now William Gibson is the running back as LaBelle will take a breather. We are now approaching 1 minute to go in the 3rd quarter. Marian leading 14-zip. Gibson sprints it outside. Stiff arms Roush, the big linebacker, and then is able to lower his shoulder. That was actually the safety Comesher who got stiff-armed. And then Marian moves those chains. A physical run by William Gibson.
That was filthy. It was a filthy stiff arm that was able to spring him for a first down. Gibson, good decision to bounce it, and then that move, and then the first down. Both these guys look sharp.
And this play right here might be the last one of the 3rd quarter.
That is sensational.
14-0 Marian at the 19-yard line after the big-time run by Gibson. 25 seconds to play 3rd quarter. Bundalo pulls it out of his belly, throws towards the end zone, and it's off the shoulder pad of C.J. Young. He dropped a touchdown pass.
I do believe the safety got a hand on it. I couldn't tell who it is from here. It might couldn't tell you, but he got just enough of the ball to tip it to the shoulder pad of CJ, and he couldn't adjust and hang on to it.
Yeah, it hit the back shoulder pad, so you think the DB might have just adjusted that ball?
I think he tipped it. I do.
So that will not be the last play as it's incomplete, 21 seconds left. Great play call on the play action. 2nd down and 10 from the 19. Now it's LaBelle, the running back. He gets it, sweeps to the right side, but play is blown dead. False start.
Too many. Too many.
False start. Offense number 49. 5-yard penalty remains.
Second penalty on this drive on the tight end, Drew Byerly, the senior from Franklin, Indiana.
8 penalties for 70 yards.
Yep. That's 2 on this drive.
Concordia 3 for 25 yards.
Yeah, and that's been a problem for Marian. They average 10 penalties a game. An incredible amount. Last week, over 100 yards in penalties. Line of scrimmage now is the 24-yard line. Bundalo wants to put it in the air. Now he'll run. He's hit hard. And he's going to just pick up a couple of yards.
He had Byerly over the middle, just decided to bring it down. And I thought it was there.
5 seconds. So they'll run out the 3rd quarter clock. What a physical, fun game here in Michigan today. It's a top 10 matchup in the Mid-States, Mid-East side. Number 5, Marian, leading at number 10, Concordia. 14-zip. Put 4 fingers in the air. Fourth quarter's next on the ISC Sports Network.
Marian University's Ancilla College brings exciting educational opportunities to Northern Indiana. Now you can pursue both in-demand degrees and championship dreams at a place built on faith, leadership, and career-building academics. Marian has been named one of the most innovative universities for cutting-edge changes on campus and in-course delivery with the best undergraduate teaching in the Midwest. Marian University's Ancilla College. Start here and go anywhere. Find out more by going to marian.edu/Ancilla.
Scott McCauley along with Zach Graves. 3 quarters in the books. Nobody scored in that quarter, but Concordia has mixed it up. They have now gone to the Wildcat. They used 3 different quarterbacks to try and get things going.
Yeah.
They moved the football, but for the 3rd time today, they were stopped on 4th down.
Well,
the defense has stood up. Now the offense needs to capitalize, and leading by 2 touchdowns, they can put this game away.
It's just frustrating if you're a Concordia fan because you finally got something going. You had to switch it up to get down the field, and twice on 4th down you go with a heavy package, which is supposed to get at bare minimum a hat on a hat, every white jersey covered up, and you're trying to get that yard. And to have a guy come in and just completely whiff on blocks and result in 2 turnovers on downs, that is extremely frustrating.
3rd down and 15. Now the field goal will be into the wind. Play clock is at 6. Bundelow wants the ball. Play clock's at 3. He gets it. Quarterback sets up a wide receiver screen to Armani Glass. Glass makes a man miss. Still on his feet, still driving. He does so across the 15-yard line. I think they've got encroached. They're going to say false start again on Marian.
I was thinking it was a misalignment or a legal procedure of some kind.
False start. Gosh. Goodness.
Too many.
So instead of it being 4th down and now you're looking at a manageable field goal, now you're moving yourself in the danger of having to punt this.
Yeah, it was a legal formation. Now 3rd and a long way.
Yep. Boy, it's penalties. And everything pre-snap. Everything can be avoidable.
We had one personal foul on Joe Owens on a quarterback pressure. Besides that, they have all been in the 5-yard variety.
So now the line of scrimmage.
And we talk about it all the
time.
time.
Yet to spot the ball, 29-yard line.
It's not about the yardage, it's about the momentum.
So 3rd down and a long way. They've got to get to the 10-yard line. They're going to hand it off to LaBelle, sprints across the 30, cuts up 25. He's going to be tackled then at the 22-yard line.
Really good job on the edge blocking. There was so much room over there. They're going to try to kick this.
They are.
What a day for Keegan LaBelle.
So Pomeli now comes out for the extra point. Yeah, this will be our first, or for the field goal rather. This will be our first field goal true attempt. Concordia lined up for one, then a timeout had them rethink.
And this is a big one. It's 3 scores in the 4th quarter if he makes it.
39-yard field goal for Pomeli.
3-possession game if he knocks it down.
Kick is on the way. It has the distance, but it was spinning left.
Yep.
He hooked it left. So Pomeli comes up empty from 39 yards. He was 2 of 3 from that distance thus far this year. So you're right, it would have been a 3-possession game.
They need a spark.
Now you're still up by the 2 touchdowns, and let's see how Concordia does this. I expect a desperate Concordia attack.
They need it
offensively here in this quarter.
They really need like that big play that really that just flips it.
13:37 to play.
Even the wrinkle with the Wildcats, those aren't like boom plays. They need a boom play.
No points for Marian, but they did take 6 minutes off the game clock last time they had it. Line of scrimmage is the 22. They'll hand it off to the running back, Stewart. Nowhere to go. He just kept stretching it out to the side, and he ends up running it out of bounds, a loss.
It is pretty impressive for Marian. You mentioned that 6-minute drive. That's the first time that Marian has really rang up some time of possession. Before that, Concordia was up 34 minutes to 18 minutes.
Wow.
Concordia has been out here all day. Credit to the defense. to still look as good as they have with as many plays as they've ran.
2 turnovers for the Concordia offense, and they're 0 for 3 on 4th down. 2nd down and 12 from their own 20. The quarterback, Brooks, drops back, slings it out into the flat, caught by his running back, Stewart, with some run. He'll be knocked out of bounds, but I think he will have the first down.
Yeah, great job. Great job. It's essentially a check down because no one is out there accounting for the running back, Stewart. Catches it and just fires up the sideline to pick up that first down.
Yeah, 14-yard gain. They needed 12. Concordia now hurries up to the line of scrimmage. Marian leading 14-0. The Marian defense sees the quarterback drop back, set up the screen, caught again by the running back. This time Nate Fry lowers the shoulder and drops him down, and a flag was thrown behind the play, and we'll see what the flag is going to be.
This drive is critical for Concordia.
There is no foul in the play. The ball was caught behind the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down.
All right, there you go. No flag. So the little pass out to Stewart. Let's see, where did they spot this ball? The 38-yard line. So that was a gain of 4 on that. Nate Fry's had a big day in the secondary, coming up with some massive hits and tackles. Now a flag, too many men on the field, I believe.
Nate Fry over 10 tackles, first time this year. Oh, that hurts.
Yeah, it does. So now instead of 2nd down and 6, it'll be 2nd down and 11.
Yeah, Nate Fry, Bucher have had the big days. Paris has been a little quiet. Griffith, Cuevas, and Pettiford also have been productive, and then Clay Campbell's had a few big hits. Dwight Lewis here and there. Overall, just defensively, they've played a really well-rounded game.
Marian's defense dominating thus far. They have the shutout. They have forced 2 turnovers. They've stopped Concordia 3 times on 4th down. 2nd down and 11. Drops back. Baker Brooks slings it rather, and it's going to be incomplete. It was a sinking pass that hit the turf before DeGaynor could get his black gloves underneath the football.
Yeah, a little short. Came up short. Had a chance, but didn't quite get it there.
3rd down and 11. The clock stops with 11 minutes and 43 seconds to play in the game.
That false start really hurt them. 3rd and 11. This is tough. Wonder if they want to set up a screen.
5 wide receivers out in this formation. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. The quarterback, Gavin Brooks, all alone. He drops back. Pressure comes. He steps up, slings it sidearm, and it's incomplete. Parker Graham, I can't believe they're going to call this interference.
I totally disagree.
The ball hit Parker Graham in the back.
He tried to catch it
behind his back.
That's a bailout call.
It isn't. What are we doing?
He didn't even turn around.
So it'll be a 1st down. Pass interference on Marian. Parker tried to catch it behind his back.
Defense number 1. 15 yards from the previous spot.
Oh, they got it on Underwood. I thought it was Dwight Lewis over there.
Ooh, well,
maybe they saw something we didn't see.
That is the 4th time the defense has awarded the offense on a 1st down. I think that's the first time the Zebras have done it.
And they're 4 of 12 on 3rd down.
Yeah, so, all right, well, the officials say there you go, and Concordia says thank you very much. 1st down and 10, they would have had to punt. 4 wide receivers out, 1 running back. Quarterback play action, slings it out, caught by DeGaynor. He's going to sprint to the far sideline. Clay Campbell trips him up, and Underwood finishes him off out of bounds. It'll be 2nd down and 3 as they get to the Marian 45-yard line.
2nd and short, just crossed over into opponent territory. This is ripe for the picking for a deep shot. Wind at their back? Yes. You have to take a shot here.
DeGaynor just came off the field. He was favoring his right shoulder. He is now bent over on the sideline, so their main playmaker not in the game. However, out there is number 87, the 6'7", Harmon DeVries. He splits out way to the right. 3 wide receivers. Play action. They'll roll out. Pressure. They'll dump it out. Caught in the flat by the tight end, who is then out of bounds.
Love the fullback flat.
That is Peyton Pizzala, number 41, who moves the chains on the short out route catch in front of the Marian bench.
Yeah, moves into the backfield, sets up another motion play where he just essentially becomes the fullback, hit him in the flat, pick up the 1st down. Love that call.
Clock running under 10.5 to play in the fourth quarter.
That's fire two wide banana right there.
That
Remember
play?
that? Yeah.
Now the big 6'7" wide receiver lines up on the far left side. Looks like they just flipped the last play. Brooks, it's going to be a quarterback run, 40-35, and he'll just run out of bounds.
Yep.
At about the 33-yard line. So he gains 6 on the designed quarterback run right up the middle.
Yeah, I like that play. The last two, they're really switching it up this entire second half, doing everything they can to score. But Marian's defense has stifled them time and time again.
Marian's only run 9 offensive plays.
Yeah, it's the entire game they have done this.
Concordia's gone at least 7 on all of their drives. This is their third drive of the second half. But Concordia trails 14-zip. They're at their 33 of Marian. Brooks rolls out, throws it low, and it's a one-hopper. Graham really didn't go after that ball much, but it was 2 feet short of him on what would look like a comeback route.
Yeah, it just did not look good at all. That coming out of his hand, his hips were all out of whack, feet weren't set. It was just did not look good.
The umpire is waiting until the last minute to spot the ball. He's holding it with a towel over top of it and waiting right until the last minute to put it down because of this rain, this driving rain that we've had since midway through in the second quarter. So the line breaks. He now sets the ball down, so it's really only exposed before the center gets a hand on it for maybe a second. 3rd down and 4. Quarterback drops back, floats it up to the far sideline. DeGator catches it at the 20.
Nice.
He's then knocked out of bounds by the corner, Danny Lewis, and they are inside the red zone with under 10 to play in the game.
Yeah, he had 2 crossing routes going, had them both open, but instead he elects to go to his playmaker, DeGator, and picks up the first down. That's a good decision. Nice play from all parties.
Marian has not given up a touchdown now in the last 7+ quarters of action. Shutting out Madonna last week, their first shutout of the season. 0s thus far this afternoon. Concordia has it 1st and 10 at the 18. Play action. Time towards the end zone. Throws it up, batted away, but they're going to call a flag. It's going to be a bump on Danny Lewis in the end zone on DeGator.
I thought I saw more hands from DeGator against Lewis. Either way, it was going to be a flag. I highly doubt they call OPI, but I thought DeGator was the guilty party there.
Prior to the pass, holding defense.
Okay, yeah, the hand on the jersey.
Automatic first down.
So another big penalty on this drive. Marian has helped them out. The second interference type play. That one's the defensive holding, half the distance. And now goal to go, first down from the 9.
Concordia well aware that this is a critical drive. A lot of pressure here.
Carpenter, the handoff, up the middle. He'll get to the 2.
O-line wants to run it again. You see the hand motion, they're like, run it again.
Yeah, they're giving you the signal as if a travel in basketball to say do it again, do it again. Marian's defense is on their heels. They have spent a majority of this second half on the field. And there's 8:20 to go in the game. 14-0 Marian leading, but Concordia knocking on the doorstep for their first score of the game. Late in the fourth quarter, quarterback gives it to it, throws in the middle, wide open, the touchdown
Pop pass
to Peyton Pizzala. His second catch of the year, first for a touchdown.
Both plays to Pizzala on this drive, so well designed. You have the fullback flat, fire to wide banana, whatever you want to call it. Then they go pop pass down after a little fake to the running back, wide open, 44 in the end zone. Love what the offense coordinator for Concordia is doing right now.
Well, like any good college strength coach, the strength coach for Concordia is getting the sideline hyped. Jumping up and down, getting the crowd behind him. Big extra point now for Concordia, and the kick is good. All right, we've got a game.
We've had a game, partner. We have had a game.
14-7.
What a contest.
Now, what can Marian do? 8:08 to play. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll bring you the kickoff. The Knights leading by 7 on the road midway through the fourth quarter on the ISC Sports Network.
This is the Pepsi for America's best barbecue, worthy of 100-mile detours and 1,000 likes. Looks good. This is the Pepsi for mopping, dipping, and dousing. Whatever you're craving, this is the Pepsi for you. This is the Pepsi for serious fans and serious eats. This is the Pepsi for Sundays at the ballpark and days off at your favorite pizza joint. Right, Aaron?
Best slice in New York.
Whatever you're craving, this is the Pepsi for you.
8:08 to play, and it's now a one-score game. Marian has held a 14-0 lead since early in this game. It's now 14-7 after a massive 78-yard touchdown drive by Concordia, aided by 2 defensive penalties on the secondary. 12 plays, 78 yards, 5.5 minutes.
So impressive.
No Jalen Jennings on the return team for Marian. He has been out since the opening kickoff. It's LaBelle standing all by himself in the middle of the field at the 5-yard line. No gloves, no sleeves, and this will be kicked away from LaBelle, and it will end up bouncing out of bounds. 25-yard line is where Marian will start. They've had the ball twice in the second half. They ran 4 plays and then had to punt. And then they ran 5 plays and missed a field goal.
Gotta control my breathing up here. This is such a good game. So much pressure. So impressed with Concordia on that drive. All the pressure in the world. You absolutely have to get a score. They march right down the field and hang up a touchdown.
And this Concordia defense, which prides themselves on being one of the best in the league, now has their opportunity. What can the 5th-year senior Zach Bundelow bring? Hands it off to LaBelle. LaBelle sprints to the right side, makes a man miss, is free at the 30, has the first down, and then goes out of bounds and immediately slides on his back, grabbed his right calf to say, I have a cramp. They are immediately tending to LaBelle on the far sideline, but a big play to squirt free on the right side of the sweep.
Yeah, number 10 linebacker Casey Rouse. You don't see him miss a lot of tackles or take a bad angle, but he took the wrong angle against LaBelle. He's the only guy that had a chance. He's the only guy that wasn't blocked. He was then able to get to LaBelle. LaBelle's able to get the first down.
14 yards on the run by Keegan LaBelle. He is now at 95 yards on the game. Bundelow first down and 10. Play action. Bundelow time. Deep. Looking for Reichert. Caught inside the 25. Down to the 19-yard line.
What a call. What a throw. What a catch.
Jake Reichert, 6'1", 210 pounds, out-jumped the safety. Now they're going to say he was down at the 21. Biggest play of the day for the Marian offense.
Play action shot.
40 yards. Bundelow to Reichert. 6:50 to go, clock running. Gibson, the running back, against Bundelow. Snap, handoff. Gibson, hole, 20,
Huge.
15, bounces out to the 10, still on his feet, 5, find that end zone, and as he crosses the goal line, the official throws the laundry.
What?
He was walking from the 1 to the goal line, and that sideline, the coaching staff for Marian is beside themselves.
As am I.
He
How you
was
could call
walking
it,
into the end zone.
Yeah, before he crosses the pylon.
Offense,
Oof.
number 1.
Oof.
15, 10, spot of the foul.
T-Ray Spence,
First down.
spot foul. It should still be the first down. He was well past.
I mean, you couldn't see it from here, but the hole that opened up.
Are they walking this off from the 13 or spotting it at the 13? They're going to spot it at the 13.
Okay, so it
That
happened
makes sense.
at
I was
the
like,
3-yard line.
Whoa, right?
Okay, that's fair. It did seem odd the way he crosses the pylon, then the flag comes in. But what a hole up front between Pope and Sibylle. That was awesome.
First down and 10 from the 13. Take the touchdown off the board with another penalty on Marian's offense. Bundelow snap. Gibson. He will now fall forward. They'll mark him at the 7-yard line. Boy, what a pass play of 40 yards to Reichert. Marian answering that Concordia drive with one of their own.
The timing of the call, incredible from Coach Code. That deep shot, off play action, right after the score, love it.
2nd down and 4 from the 7. Marian, now wait a second. Now they've moved. Now they're saying 1st down, goal to go at the 7. All right, so the scoreboard's wrong. 1st down, goal to go from the 7. Gibson, he's going to be stood up. Boy, nowhere to go there.
Nowhere to go.
I mean, absolutely nowhere. The safety, Gabe Whitmore, was playing near on that line of scrimmage. You got Michael LaFay, the big man in there. Gene Richmond, the big guys on the line, prevented anything from happening.
Yeah, they know. I mean, this is
the game.
It is. It is.
5:38 to play. Concordia must not let Marian score. Lost 3, 2nd down and 10. Under 5.5 to play. Marian leading by 7. On the road at number 10, Concordia. Roll out right. Bundalo wants to pass, tucks it, now turns to run, springs forward, and he's going to be brought down at the 11. All of that, he'll lose a yard. Boy, but it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, that's it. Oof.
And the whole time you're like, just hold on to that ball.
Yeah, exactly.
He ended up lurching and diving forward, looking like Josh Allen diving ahead.
He did.
3rd down, goal to go from the 11.
All right.
Now you've got 4:40 to play. And Marian in no hurry, 10 on the play clock.
2 tight ends.
Both tight ends to the left side of the formation. 4 on the play clock. You give it to Gibson. Gibson hits the corner. He's at the 5, spins down to the 1-yard line. Ball is out.
He was down.
He was down. They're going to say that he was down.
Late flag.
A late flag comes in. Oh, they're going to say Concordia ball. Concordia ball at the 1-yard line. Coming up with the ball is David Cagle. He was not down. He looked like he was down at about the 1-yard line.
Full backside on the ground before that ball came out.
They're going to give it to Concordia, and Marian's players can't believe it. Gibson is doubled over with his hands on his knees. Folks, we're not, you know that we're not homers. It looked like he was sitting on the 1-yard line.
And then give them 15 on top of it. Unreal.
4:19 to play. Gibson, they say, fumbles at the 1. Personal foul after the play.
It's not an elbow or a knee situation. His entire
he was sitting down.
Backside was on the turf before the ball came out.
So now instead of it being at the 1-yard line, the penalty, of course, you walk off the full 15 out to the 16-yard line. 84 yards away from tying up this game or even thinking about a 2-point conversion for the win.
What did we say at halftime? This could switch real quick. They waited till the end of the 4th.
Handoff to the running back, nothing there. He'll lose a yard.
Nate Fry again.
Marian cannot keep committing penalties. Now, Marian said the ball came out.
Nate Fry is a linebacker who identifies as a safety because he is just living in the backfield.
Both of these teams giving everything that they have.
Everything, Scott.
There's no replay or anything on that fumble, but goodness, it sure looked like he was sitting down.
And this game, we said all that's in store, not just a league title, but possibly a home playoff game. I mean, everyone is aware of what's at stake.
2nd down and 11. Brooks wants to throw it up. He's got it to DeGainer, makes one man miss, makes Zashawn Underwood miss, then finally tackled, but it's a 1st down gain out to the 32-yard line.
Too soft on the coverage, plenty of room for DeGainer. Not a defender even close, and he makes the moves to get the 1st down. Can't play soft now. Continue to do what you've been doing.
They will hurry up, each team with 3 timeouts, 3:15 to play. Brooks takes the snap, swings it out to DeGainer, who falls.
Yep.
It was not DeGainer. That was to Carpenter, the running back.
Nice
I apologize.
Shot by Bucher, though, to keep that edge. He couldn't get outside, so he had to cut back in, and that's when he lost his feet. Good play from Tyler Bucher.
That is a big slip and fall on this wet, rainy turf down to the 26. Whew. He'll lose 6 yards. Second down, and now they're going to say 16, 17 yards to go.
That's a big loss of yards there.
Gavin Brooks, the quarterback, takes the snap. Looking left, throws it left, caught by DeVries. He's able to get out across the 35 down to the 37-yard line. That's a gain of 11.
Like the formation there, they go with tight. Everyone's bunched in, and then they go out routes and corner routes, and Marian just wasn't able to cover, able to pick up the yards to now give you a much better third down situation.
They are huddling up, 2 minutes and 7 seconds. Clock rolls. It'll be under 2 minutes when Concordia snaps this ball. Third down and 7. 4 down linemen for the Marian Knights. They lead 14-7. Concordia staring at their final drive of the game. Shotgun snap. Brooks has to roll out. Throws it up for grabs. Jason Underwood intercepts it at the 40-yard line. The Marian Knights defense has their third turnover of the game. Underwood runs out of bounds, and a late flag after the play. But the turnover occurs. Marian gets the big pick. The pressure forces the ball to be thrown into a bad spot.
Yeah, bad decision from Brooks. I understand that there's guys draped over you, and you don't want to take a sack, third down, I get it. But you just can't turn the ball over.
Holding. Return team, number 21. That 10 yards will be a force from the end of the play. First and 10.
Now Concordia has 3 timeouts left. 1:37 to play.
Yeah, it's not over.
Nope. Marian knows when you have 3 timeouts and it's 1:37, and that, again, a penalty. Instead of you having the ball at the Concordia 40-yard line,
my goodness,
you'll have it at the 48-yard line.
This number just, it just jumps out to you. 13 penalties for 122 yards.
That's on the Marian Knights, folks, and they're leading 14-7. But they're going to have to get at least 1 first down, knowing that Concordia has 3 timeouts. Keegan LaBelle is the running back. He has 96 yards rushing. He lowers the shoulder, and he'll twist across the 45 down to the 44. Timeout, Concordia.
100 even. And they had not updated it yet. So let me say this number again. Penalties for Marian, 14 for 132 yards.
Ooh, goodness gracious. That's 8 penalties in the second half for Marian.
Yeah.
So the timeout called, 1:31 to play. What a game, and we knew it would be.
We knew it would be.
Top 10 teams, Concordia, so good at home. They had a 27-game home win streak snapped last year by Marian. Marian looking to improve to 3-2 all-time here at Concordia and this new stadium. Second down and 6. Marian huddles up over by the numbers. On the near side numbers at the 40-yard line, the defense huddles up for Concordia. And believe me, Concordia prides their defense just as good as anyone. So they're telling them, their defensive coordinator is saying, it's your turn to get the 3 and out.
It's on you, yeah.
The head coach, Josh Schumacher, is a defensive guy. He is the co-coordinator. He was the middleman in that huddle. Second down and 6. Marian needs a first down in one of these 2 plays. T-Ray Spence brought in motion the wide receiver to help on the line. You give it to LaBelle. Keegan bounces it outside. He'll have the first down. He's going to be knocked out of bounds at the 30-yard line. He had the move, and he just turned on the speed, skipped to the outside.
So Gabe Whitmore is playing safety. He comes up and fills the B gap. He thinks, I got Keegan LaBelle. I'm making this tackle. We're going to call a timeout. We still got a chance. Keegan LaBelle just completely displaces his hips, moves all the way to the outside, bounces it, and gets the first down. Just absolutely incredible job running the football.
He is over 100 yards, is LaBelle. He did get out of bounds, so the clock stopped with 1:30. Line of scrimmage is the 29. The umpire waits until the last minute to spot it. due to the rain, the heavy rain here in Michigan. LaBelle lowers his shoulder, 2 arms on the football.
Yes, sir.
And he's down to the 26. This will be the second timeout. Byerly was pushed down to the ground after the play. Officials are come together.
Concordia.
You can hear the Marian sideline screaming at the officials.
Well, you can hear the parents saying homers too, which is hilarious.
1 timeout now remains for Concordia with 1:26
A little
to
bit,
play.
a glimmer of hope left, but it's looking a little slim for sure.
Well, Jay Sean Underwood with the interception.
Man, what a game.
The pressure forced the veteran quarterback to throw it up for grabs. Underwood's 2nd pick of the season. 3rd turnover for Concordia. That's going to be the hard part for the Cardinals if they can't get the stop and get back on the field. 3 turnovers, 3 times stopped on 4th down.
They had the opportunity after the William get some fumble, and that was really the end of it.
And this game is on the shoulders
Potentially.
of the Marian Knights defense and running back Keegan LaBelle.
We saw what happened with Miami. I don't want to end it early. Just protect the football. That's it.
So the timeout is out. 1:26 on the clock. 2nd down and 7. LaBelle, the running back.
That's your RB1 right there. Insane what he's able to do today.
On a rainy, wet, slippery turf field in Michigan. He has over 100 yards rushing. He'll get it, hop, skip, and then he'll move sideways. He'll be tackled at the right hash mark at the 24. 2-yard gain.
Timeout, Concordia. Their 3rd and final.
I thought they only had, that was their last timeout. Now is their last timeout, that's right. So now you've got 3rd down and 6, and if Marian gets a 1st down here, the game is over.
This man, Keegan LaBelle, has touched the ball 12 times. He's gained 123 yards, only lost 5. A long of 31, multiple 20-yard runs, averaging 9 yards a carry as they just brought it down with that last carry. So just an outstanding performance from him today.
And William Gibson, tough running today.
So tough.
For 79 yards.
And I'd love to see a replay. We'll see it later, but I mean, I thought he was down. It's tough to see up here, rain. Maybe the ball did come out, but that I don't think that was on him.
All right. One thing that Marian has struggled on this last 3 weeks is 3rd down. They have not been good on 3rd down. Here is a 3rd down and 6. If they pick this up, you knee it out and you go back to Indianapolis, a perfect 6-0. No timeouts now for Concordia. They've burned them all for this one play and this one opportunity. Bundalo goes to a hard snap, now moves his tight end in motion to the left side. You give it to LaBelle. LaBelle spins, trying to run, falls forward. He'll be a yard short at the 21-yard line. Clock will run. I'm sure Marian will take this down all the way to 1 and then use one of their 3 timeouts. And now you've got a decision to make. Do you go for 4th down? I don't love that spot. It's going to be a long 2. Do you go for 4th and 2?
Yeah, you go for it.
Or do you get the field goal
You're
and
gonna
put it away?
10 minus 4. You're going to have about 32 seconds left.
Play clock right now at 5.
You run the play 5. Just protect the ball. That's
Teddy
literally
Karras uses his timeout with 35 seconds to play. So you go for it on 4th and 2, or the field goal makes it a 10-point game.
I would kick the field goal. There's too much that can go wrong on a field goal.
Well, they just saw Bundalo clap his hands, so Marian's made the decision. They convert, and it's over. They don't even have to snap the ball. And Concordia wants the stop so that they have one chance.
Every single time the Marian Knights come up to this stadium, it is excitement city.
There have been games 39-36, won by Concordia. During the COVID spring, I believe that final was 16-14, won by Concordia. Last year, Marian won 24-7 but it was an absolute maul between both of these teams, leaning on each other, a physical game. Today in a downpour, 14-7 Marian. Here's a big jumbo lineup in front of Bundalo, who will now back up into the shotgun. Keegan LaBelle is to his right. They need 2 yards to extend the game. Keegan lowers his shoulder, drives his feet.
Got it.
Ball game.
Put it in his hands.
Bundalo
Love it.
pumps his fist. CJ Young jumps up into the air, signals first down, and Keegan LaBelle comes out of the pile, flips the ball to the official. Marian converts on 4th and 2.
Start the clock.
Play clock's at 40, game clock starts. They do not have to snap.
Wow.
Needed 2, he got 4.
That is just beautiful.
Marian
Coach K is fired up over there.
Marian got the ball back with 1:37, and Concordia will not touch it again. 14-7 will be the final. Marian leaps up on the sideline.
What a game. Wow.
The teams will shake hands. A physical, emotional win. Top 10 teams battle off in Concordia. Let's make sure this handshake line.
I got my eyes on everybody here.
Yeah, let's make this handshake line goes through smoothly. As the teams come through, at least most of the jawing has stopped on Marian's side, but he'll pick up. Teddy Karras just fist pumps towards the Marian crowd.
I love that man so much.
He just moved his arms to the side as if to say no. Nodding his head. He's getting ready to bear hug Mich Huppert.
Just outstanding football we saw today.
And the Marian,
so fun, so much pressure. Wow, what a ball game.
Marian, their fans are on the right side of the stadium to our right, about the 20-yard line. Every player after the handshake line looking up to them, pointing at them. They beat number 10 on the road in a physical fight. 14-7 is your final score. Let's just bring it inside, shall we?
Yeah, Coach Wilson's getting everybody over.
Marian, it's time for them to get on over to their sideline. What a win. An incredible game. We expected this game. You look at the way both teams play. They're defense first. Both defenses lived up to the billing today.
Oh, yeah. I'm still, like, my eyes are fixed on it. There's just a lot of tension down here in the handshake line, but wow.
There is. And how could there not be?
What a game.
You know, for Concordia, you give it everything you have.
Yes.
You have a chance for a couple of stops late to try and get it, and it's just not there. And you got to see a team celebrate on your home turf, and not many people do that here.
Exactly.
But this team is, and it's tough.
Yeah, I mean, there were opportunities. I know Concordia is going to go back and watch the film and really kick themselves. They feel like they had a chance so many times, but Marian just time and time again answered the bell.
I wish we could show you on camera, but here's the noise, and that's all from one football team. That's Marian celebrating at the 15-yard line. 14-7 is your final. I'm going to look at some quick stats here for you.
What a game.
Tyler Bucher, 10 tackles, 2.5 for a loss, 1 sack.
1 PBU on the tip.
11 tackles for Nate Fry, 1 tackle for a loss, and his tackle for a loss was on a 3rd and 2 Wildcat that then forced a 4th and 2, and Bucher got the sack. Those 2 plays back-to-back really slowed things down for Concordia. Offensively, Keegan LaBelle.
That's it.
15 carries, 126 yards
That's all
on
we
the
have
ground.
to say from offense was Keegan LaBelle.
Marian gets the ball with 1:37 left in the game, leading by 7. 3 timeouts for Concordia. First play you hand it off to him, he sweeps right side for 14 yards.
Boom.
And it just set the tone. He had a huge second quarter touchdown run of 30 yards that kind of stunned this place.
It did.
It made it 14-zip, and that's a lot to try and give to a Marian-type defense. Defensively, the Knights were absolutely incredible.
They were. That's all you can say, really. I mean, we knew going in this game, tail of the tape, everything was razor thin. You take away penalties, And it was such a close game in almost every category, but Marian just did enough time and time again in the spots too. The time when you need a play, Marian was the one who came up with the play.
Marian's offense was only on the field for, what is this, 28
they got
minutes.
10 minutes too many there. I don't
so
know
it's
if that's
18
right.
minutes.
Yeah, 18 minutes to 42.
42 minutes the Marian defense was on the field. They forced 3 turnovers, and Concordia was 0 for 3 on 4th down. That's 6 turnovers.
Yeah.
That is.
It is. That's what I mean by opportunities. They had chances, and Marian just continued to answer.
When you win a game like this, the rain feels good, doesn't it?
Sure does.
It feels great.
Sure, champagne shower.
That's what's happening right now on a cold, rainy day in Ann Arbor. Your Marian Knights come out victorious. What's on deck? Next Saturday, 1:05. It's St. Francis week now, isn't it?
Franciscan Bowl, baby.
It's St. Francis week.
Get out to St. Vincent Field. It's going to be a good one. I don't care about records. It's always a good game.
When Marian and St. Francis hook up, you are talking about kids that
thought
went
this
to
one was physical? Whew.
You're talking about teams that know each other. Kids from Indianapolis play for both schools. Kids from the state play for both schools.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big one next week at home. And Marian will enter that game 6-0, 3-0 in conference play, still holding on to that number 5 ranking. So what does today's game mean? It means a lot for the future of your season.
Yeah, driver's seat now.
So what Marian is dealing with right now is, if Marian is able to handle their business, and if Indiana Wesleyan can handle their business, the Mid-States Championship game will be that game in Marian, at IWU rather, at the beginning of the year. However, because Marian will enter that game undefeated, same for IWU.
End of the year, yeah.
End of the year. The loser isn't in danger of anything.
Right.
However, if you drop today's game, Concordia now knows
you're playing from behind.
They cannot, if they suffer another loss, it's going to have to be one of those losses that's like a good loss, if that makes sense.
Right.
Winning today really puts Marian ahead of Concordia, jumps them and keeps them in the driver's seat to host a playoff game, and more importantly, maybe get a bye in that playoff game.
And that time, look how good they played after the first bye in the midseason. You imagine one in November? That's huge.
And Marian, here's a Knight and another player coming together. Who do we have? What's going on right here?
A little shake up. That's all.
Yeah, that's it. I want to know who they are. What's our connection here?
Okay, let's see.
Yeah.
James Ralph from Evansville, Indiana.
James Ralph from Evansville.
And Durnell from Grandview, Indiana.
Interesting. Just a couple of kids that know each other.
Maybe they played in the East-West game or North-South game.
That's the fun part about this. You remember experiencing this.
It's fun.
After the game, you get that 5-minute cool down. Afterwards, you come over and you see your friends because you know so many guys that play.
Yes.
Friend, it was fun to call this one with you.
I'm going to need a nap later. I'm worn out up here, believe it or not.
14-7
Emotional.
is your final. Thanks to Mich Huppert for driving us up. Check out MUKnights.com and the MU Knights Twitter handle. He has all kinds of great pictures. He braved the rain. He's going to get interviews. I see him right now down there interviewing Keegan LaBelle. He's going to hear from Ted Karras. Get on the Marian website. Take this one in. This is a big one. On the road, 14-7 is your final. Number 5 wins at number 10. For Zach Graves, I'm Scott McCauley. Thanks for joining us this afternoon. Everyone enjoy the rest of your weekend. We hope to see you out there next Saturday at St. Vincent Field for the Franciscan Bowl. If you can't make it, you can watch that game. We'll be back on TV next Saturday here on the ISC Sports Network. All right, partner, let's wrap it up and head on home, right?
Roll Knights, baby.
Let's go. Knights win this one. What a fun game. Thanks for joining us. Enjoy your weekend, everyone. Thanks for watching Marian football on the ISC Sports Network.